but I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend.
Hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head. Cause your chick was laying up in his bed. She getting details, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale of fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep parts. You a savage, you can have it, just show all your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, the soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I survive, find this land's for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, straight bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence. Dare you to say something. No sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next. Open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers will shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving. What is poppin', people? Welcome back to Shy Ill Reacts. I'm your host, Shy Ill, and we are back in the building. Salute to you for being here on this lovely Tuesday evening. Welcome. All right. Got a couple of things we're going to talk about, and then we'll go from there. All right. Salute to y'all. Hope everybody started off their week off right, getting that money. Get that money. All right. Salute to y'all. Appreciate you. Welcome. It's another hot day in the Shy. I'm pretty sure it's a hot day wherever y'all at too. All right, salutes. What's poppin', y'all? All right, let me get through the chat real quick. Hit that like button on the way in. All right, let's get through the chat here. Boom, hit that like button on the way in. Let's get to at least 10 likes before we get it popping around here. Oh no, let's not do that. Turn that off. Where's that at? Right here. Wow. All right. Let's get it started right. Let's at least get to 10 likes before I start going through the chat. Let's get to 10 likes if you have yet to hit that like button. Salute to all the usual suspects in the building. Salute to the wrenches. Salute to the wrenches, those here and not here. All right. Salutes. We appreciate them when they're here. We appreciate them when they're not here, because usual suspects is something different. You know what I mean? Let's get to 10 likes, y'all. Let's get to 10 likes. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Let's get to 10 likes, right? 10 likes. And I'll run through the chat. All right. We are broadcasting live on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube, all right? We haven't done TikTok just yet, but we're working on it, all right? We're working on it. 10 likes. Nobody wants to give me my 10 likes? All right. Look, I got them.
Yo vivo tranquila con la penetration en la página. ¡Cállate, hipopuerta!
Wow, see, I hit it twice. Shit. El tubo's probably tweaking on me. All right. Shout out Shannon on the check-in. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Shout out my brother Oso in the building. All right. Salutes Beezy. Great work on the Matthew Cox show, brother. Salutes to you. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. We got over 100K on that video. 100K views on that video. So as scattered as it was and as people think it is, it did okay, I think. It did okay. Let's see. I'm trying to stay calm, so I'm not even going to answer that question right there. Got to read the shout out Set for Life. You got to read the title, bro. I appreciate you, but when they're here, it'll be up there. And sometimes they just pop in, so maybe you should just be here. I don't know what to tell you. All right, shout out Big June. I agree. Hit that like button. Let's see. What we got here? Shout out Velez. All right, salute Beezy. Beezy said, don't know the twins personally, but I'm sure early 2000s had their product. I'm 46 now, low end. Wild Hunteds, Southside Chicago. So love hearing the stories, everything about this channel. Salutes to you, Beezy, man. Stick around. All right, we have a good time around these parts. All right, we have a good time around these parts. We just be hanging out doing hood rat stuff.
I want to do hood rat stuff with my friend.
So salutes Beezy. Shout out Velez. Miguel Sanchez, whose music is that? Mine, sir. Salutes. You can find it on this channel as well, or on Spotify, or all of that good stuff. Shout out Yuck TV. All right. Thank you, Miguel Sanchez, for hitting the like button twice. Salutes. We got our 10. Appreciate you. Shout out Velez. I don't know if you've seen the Discord. Yes, I did. I'll incorporate it. 16. Fact. Shout out Vernon Himes. Appreciate you, sir. Vernon Himes is cracking the whip around here. Everybody need to hit the like button twice. I might cancel they shit out. All right.
Hit it once, make sure it registers, and let's get it. All right. Let's see. All right. Again, hundreds up in the chat for y'all. I appreciate y'all. Something's going on with my power chat, so I don't know. Like, I can't see it to read it again. Should be going haywire around here. But hundreds up in the chat for y'all. Not my kind of music. I was just asking. That's cool. I answered. Salutes. Wow, cool. We good over here. Shout out Lucy and Sky with Diamonds. Appreciate you. All right. Salutes to everybody that's not here. Shout out Ed. I was on the wrong video. Yeah, that's probably the premiere from earlier. Make sure you check that out. When you're ready, go hit that like button over there. All right. You're on the live now, brother. You're on the live now. All right. Rest in peace, Ryan Sandberg. Rest in peace to Rhino. Thank you, sir, for being there in my childhood. Boom. All right. So we've been talking about the 1-year anniversary of the snatching of El Mayo lately. Today's video that we premiered today was speaking on the topic of a supposed bodyguard of Mayo's that says he was there when it all went down, and says that hey man, we dropped the guy off. He went in for his meeting. We called him. We waited. Nothing happened. We went home. When we saw his picture, we said, "Oh man, that's confirmation. They got him." That doesn't sound like a believable story to me. It felt to me like something that the news, the media outlets are just making up. Cartel is the buzzword in media right now, a big one. It encompasses trafficking. It encompasses they're adding it to human trafficking. They're it's the buzzword. If there's a Mexican family that doesn't want you videotaping their backyard and they throw rocks at you, they're involving them. The media saying they're in the cartel. So it kind of feels like it's the buzzword, and when news days are slow, they just make up some shit, bro. Right? So make sure y'all check out that video. Let me drop the link for you right here. Y'all can check that out when you get out of here. But we're going to piggyback off that and go back once again, to the article in Borderland that dropped on the anniversary, which was July 25th. And go through that because we heard a lot of things in those couple of weeks. We heard so many things. This is that video. Y'all can check that out when you got time. Share it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. But we heard so many things. Shout out to the chef. The chef was in the comments and said, "Man, Shai, what about the assistant to Melesio Quinn that got away?" And we also heard about two of Yoma's troops that went to fueron a buscar las cocas. They went to go get the cokes. You know what I mean? And they missed the whole thing. The guy that said, he looked at the watch and he didn't see nothing. We heard all of those things, but how many of those things were really true and really go with the story? Probably not many at all. Right? I'm going to take what we got from Yoma and his lawyer. I'm going to take what we got. I'm going to take what we got from Common Sense, because I think that's been more accurate than what the media has been in this whole story. Again, no apologies. It's over a year since they snatched the old man, and not one apology for people calling me all kind of names, because I just didn't believe he was a noble man enough to turn himself in so that he could be, with his children in his final years. Shut up. No mommy.
No mommy's wait.
But Borderland Beat did a whole breakdown on the anniversary, so I want to go through that. We also got some stuff that we want to check out that Shannon introduced. We heard the other day about Canadian Thanos and their connection to the cartels and all that shit. Well, that Canada thread keeps getting pulled and pulled and pulled, so that's part of the new buzzword situation. So we're gonna go through the Canada connections and see what we can find. I mean, I'm sure there always has been. I'm sure there always, but. And maybe, we'll hear more about these other things, the Chinese connection, the Canadian connection, all this, with these high-level cooperation deals that have been cut for these guys to get softer pillows, all right? Salutes to the chat. All right, shout out Ed the Hip Hop Guru. Shout out Antonio Chavez. Has any cartel affiliate ever reached out asking to stop speaking on behalf of their business? No. Do they reach out to Johnny Mitchell? Do they reach out to Matthew Cox? Do they reach out to Milenio? Do they reach out to Camilo? Do they reach out to maybe those guys? Yeah. Me, I don't give a fuck about either side, so, I don't got a dog in this fight. Shout out Miguel Lopez. Salute to everyone. Salute to you, Miguel Lopez. Appreciate you. Got your email. Just give me some time. Shout out Beezy for the traffickers on the Mexico side, like OG, for example. They get to do all that shit, snitch, and bring family over to start fresh. It's a win for them, low key. High key. It's a win for them, high key, in front of everybody, for everybody to see. And we like to say that it's something that only happens on that side, right? There is no honor amongst thieves, and an encounter with somebody that is willing to snitch while you're in the game is 100% plus. And it just is what it is. We just want to keep sugarcoating shit. So people want to pick and choose, who the snitches and who's not the snitches. And it's like, they're all the snitches. And they're all not the snitches too, until they are. So what are we talking about? That's the constant struggle around here. But yeah, no, buddy made a deal, got a soft pillow, got his family brought across the border, all kind of shit. Shout out Robert, salutes. It's all about the current agenda. Now Trump gets to pay for building of a way larger kilometer wall to the north border. He didn't finish the last one. Did he finish the last one? I don't even know what happened with that. It's all about the current agenda. We got that. Shout out Tone Loc on the check-in. Salute Shannon. Salute Tone Loc. Taco Tuesday. Shout out Beezy. Keyhole Vision. Salutes. All right. And again, if anybody wants to play the game, let me know you want to play the game. Let me drop the power chat. For those that don't know the game, you can buy a spin. And from that spin, I will either take a shot, a double shot, a beer, bong rip, 10 millis, or you skip a turn. Or I drink some nice, refreshing water. All right, boom, here we go. It's the TTS. That. So if anybody wants to sacar la bolsita and get it popping, boom, we're right there. There it is. Let me try to pin that. And we're going to get started on this article. Alright. Boom. Just want to pin this to the top. Come on, man. Pin that. Boom, we good. Shout out Robert. I'm saying the Mexican border has been compromised, but the Canadian border is wide. Oh, you're saying up in the north? My bad. Yeah, but I'm saying he did he finish the southern border? I don't know that he finished that one. That guy, he just talks that shit and then does whatever. I'm saying the Mexican border has been compromised, but the Canadian border is wide open, with a port in Vancouver that is barely inspected, and they probably scrutinize us going over there more than we scrutinize them coming through here. Because I know many a motherfucker that had, an infraction on their record from 20, 30 years ago, and they try to get into Canada and there's no go. I ain't even going to waste my time. Ain't enough up there for me to see. There's places that look like it. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? You ain't sending me back. Fuck we talking about? All right. Wide open. They got a wide open border. Shout out Beezy. Shot, you see the case in Florida where the father is on the stand against the son for unaliving. I heard bits and pieces of that. Wasn't there like a revenge plot in there? And yeah, we probably got to look into that. We'll do that for the Ill Crimes channel, if and when there's time at the end of the stream. Shout out Deb Heiser. Salutes to you. Staying for a few tonight with the grandbaby. Salutes to you. Salutes to him. All right, blessings. Shout out Deb. Shout out Momo on the check-in. Shout out Jesus Martinez on the check-in. Salute North Carolina. Juega la bolita. Juega la bolita. Saca la bolsita. Whatever works. Alright. Boom. Alright, let me make sure this is popping. Alright, we good. Shout out Glory Days. Yeah, so much rugs coming in from Canada into New Zealand nowadays. All over the news. Lots of ice. Yeah. Lots of glass. Nah, man. Everybody, the world is a ghetto, man. Ghetto boys told you that shit 40 years ago. 30 years ago. 35 years ago. The world is a ghetto. The world is a ghetto. Let's see. Shout out to our let me make sure I'm in the dashboard. All right, man. Let's get into this shit. It took 100 years for my son, especially if I pressure him to go out and put that work in. Yeah, I got to see that story. Daddy's a sucker like that. Send him to go do that work, and then and then start pointing fingers, raising his hand. Your Honor. Your Honor, can I talk to you? I need to talk to you, Your Honor. All right. Shout out Mo. Where do funds for their attorneys come from if the government has sanctioned them here? Like Chicago attorney Lickman. Well, Lickman probably be getting paid a retainer for many, many years. So, he probably got back taxes due. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know the answer to that. That's something for us to ask Jay one day. It's a good question, though. It's a good question. K-Sue, yeah, that's the name. Okay, salutes. Yeah, they did it together. I respect these rats. It's easy to rap, but only a strong man stays solid. Yeah, it take a strong man to stay solid. But the whole rat issue, that shit is so nuanced that people don't want to have those conversations. They just want to yell at me about it. My thing is stay out the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? And have some kind of code, but stay out the game. Why? Because the shit's inevitable, man. Somebody coming for your head in one way or the other. The easiest way for them to do it is call the police and put the finger at you. That's what they've been doing. That's what these cartels been doing with each other for 30 years. They just, oh man, this guy giving me problems, lock his ass up. They no different. And motherfuckers want to glorify them. Nah, get the fuck out of here. Hold on, let me change the title over here in the in Twitch. Again, there's not a feature where I just automatically could populate the title in there. I'm taking my time today, y'all. I ain't in a rush. Copy. Put that here. I'm chilling. kick too. It's too cutthroat now. Yeah, nah, like, it's okay for their cousin to talk, but it's not okay for this guy over here to talk. And this guy, technically, he didn't talk, but maybe he did talk, and that guy didn't talk. And come on, man, we talking bullshit. All right? Like, we went through it the other day. Chapo saying, I'm not the big boss. Mayo's the big boss. And Mayo saying, this didn't happen, that happened. That's cooperation, man. Miss me with the picking and choosing. Let me, I just want to change the title over here. Boom. And we're going to get it popping. All right. It's watered down. Game is done with. The game is done with. All right? Put a fork in that motherfucker. Just do shit by yourself. Do my dirt all by my lonely. Only a sucker becomes a rat. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Words to live by. Nobody live by that shit. Only a very, very tiny few. That's just the truth. That's just the facts. It's just a tiny few. On Better Call Saul, Gus eliminated his cartel boss by dropping the location and paying for anonymity. Gustavo Fring. Everyone is expendable. Paper plates, man. They all paper plates. Toss them when you're done with them. All right, let me go here. Let's get it. Let me start recording. Val, salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. Hope everybody gets after that money this week. Just wishing some money on everybody.
Millions.
Let's get it. All right, hit that like button if you have yet to do so. 1 year after Mayo Zambada was turned over to authorities in the unaliving of Quinn, which sparked the war in Sinaloa. This is the ranch right here. So you mean to tell me that those bodyguards, they stood right here, they said, okay, boss. And he went in there. And then they were like, oh, man, he's taking too long to come out, man. We should just go home. I don't think he's coming. And then they bounce, and then they find out later that, he got snatched. Come on, man. The news. And we were right here when it went down, right on this live stream. The news on July 25th, 2024, 1 year ago. News of the arrest of Mayo Zambada began to spread like wildfire in international, national, and Sinaloa media, as well as on social media and WhatsApp groups. But it wasn't the only news. There was also talk of the arrest of Joaquin Guzman Lopez, son of El Pocha. All right, for those that don't know, we have to use code words on this channel specifically because we are censored much more harshly than other channels on the same subject.
You don't want no problems.
That same day, the Attorney General of the neighboring country, Merrick B. Garland, confirmed that Yoma and Pocha's sons were detained in El Paso, Texas. Both were accused of multiple counts of criminal activity, as well as being part of the country's Fetty Wap manufacturing and trafficking network. The hours passed, the news shook Sinaloa and the country, and no federal authority issued a statement. Oh, everybody was quiet. We was the only one talking about it. Hit the like button, y'all. We was the only ones talking. The hours passed. The news shook Sinaloa and the country, and no federal authority issued a statement. It was the following day, July 26, when then President of the Republic, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, you remember that guy, he thought he was Hulk Hogan, because when those people were begging to get information about what happened to their children, and they were screaming at him, he went like this. Fuck that guy. All right? I don't care if he's your president, your politician, Democrat, Republican, this party, that party, house party, hip-hop party. I don't give a fuck. right? You put your ear like this to people grieving over lost loved ones, you're a piece of shit. Sorry. I went crazy too early, man. We ain't been here long enough.
You don't want no problems.
He asked his secretary. He asked his Secretary of Security and Citizen Protection, Rosa Isela Rodriguez, to provide the information they had. The federal official stated that it was at 3:30 p.m. on Thursday, July 25th, when a call was received from the U.S. Embassy alerting them to the custody of both drug traffickers. The identities of both alleged criminals were later verified, prompting the Mexican government to request a photo and notify the Secretaries of the Navy and the Ministry of National Defense. At the same time, Rosa emphasized that the Mexican government did not participate in the arrest or surrender, and they will continue to collaborate with the United States, she said, leaving more questions than answers for Mexicans and unnerving the people of Sinaloa, who, although they imagined what was coming, never realized the magnitude of this war fueled by drone attacks and explosive devices. Zambada's letter. 16 days. So 16 days I got cussed out. 16 days I got cussed out by people telling me that I was stupid because I didn't believe that man turned himself in. Because he was so untouchable. Everybody's untouchable until they not. You know what I'm saying? None of these fools are snitches until they are. Nobody does the time that they say that they're going to take because they a man until they do it. Because how many fools get in there and they like, yeah, I'm going to stand tall. And then they catch them a Rule 35 and they fly. The deed got to be done. The deed got to be done. So 16 days. And then when we got this letter, people said that's bullshit. That's from his lawyer. That ain't even from him. Come on, man. You guys don't want the answer. You want to keep pushing the goalposts. 16 days after Mayo was arrested, he broke his silence and shared a letter through his lawyer describing what happened on July 25th at the Huertos de Pedregal farm in Culiacan, Sinaloa, where he had supposedly been summoned to resolve the political conflict at the Autonomous University of Sinaloa. A political conflict between Governor Rocha and Melesio Quinn, right? That's crazy right there. If Rocha's in the middle of this the way I think he is, because there ain't been no motive on why they took out Quinn. Why take him out? Why take him out? He wasn't worth delivering to the United States. You didn't have nothing on him. Like, you put yourself in some shit, Mr. Rocha.
Oye, y el Rocha. Y el Rocha. Bueno, y el Rocha.
In the letter, which was released on August 10th, My Zambada stated that he was the victim of an ambush orchestrated by Joaquin, son of El Pocha, who allegedly snatched him to hand him over to the United States government. I want to say from the outset that I did not surrender. And I did not come to the United States voluntarily. There is never enough evidence for a fool. Somebody was in the comments yesterday talking about, it was probably on the Matthew Cox video. Just the fact that you dummies believe Chapo's in prison is hilarious. So now Chapo's not really in prison? It's a different guy in there? Shut the fuck up, man.
No, mommy's
The
wait.
conspiracy theories is crazy, man. You guys could be using that energy in so many better ways than sitting around holding on to your biased hopes and dreams because you're a nut hugger. You know what I'm saying? No, wrong one. That's what y'all look like right there. Want to see it again? That's what they look like. Like they swing. That's just confirmation bias. You don't want the truth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Miguel Sanchez, man. Chapo's at this crib right now. You know what I'm saying? That dude's sitting at the table having a meal, having a cold beer. You know what I mean? Staying hydrated. You know what I mean? The fuck are we talking about?
You don't want no problems.
Those people are pussy once they become a rat. Yeah, that's fine. It just sounds like more of the same, though. They pussies. Call them what they want, but if they're being honest and they saying it, cool. But we can't be picking and choosing who's a snitch and who's not. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying these people that be talking shit in my comments. Isn't he the president that released a video after they caught him? Yeah, after a video took the whole place under siege. You sell more rugs than Pakistan. Facts. Bars. I had a nice cold beer and a lagging stick. That's what I need. I'm ready.
Marijuana 555 just subscribed on YouTube.
Shout out Marijuana for the subscription. We appreciate you. Thank you. That AMLO released a video the first time. Chapo's at my house. Who's AMLO? AMLO is that president, BZ. That's like the abbreviation for his name. Andres, motherfucker or something, Obrador. Shit. It's too many syllables, bro. So that AMLO, it works for me. I'm glad they did that. They need to do that for a whole lot of this shit. I'll be in here straight syllables out this motherfucker. Yeah, the former president, AMLO. All right. But yeah, so please, I can't even talk to you if you're going to tell me that Chapo's not in prison. I can't even talk to you if you tell me that's a different person, that's not Mayo Zambada. I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you. It's a waste of my energy. You'll say anything. You'll say anything. I want to say from the outset that I did not surrender. And I did not come to the United States voluntarily, nor did I have any agreement with either government. On the contrary, I was snatched and brought to the United States by force and against my will. I also had no agreement with either government. You said that already. On the contrary, I was snatched and brought... see, this is the paper did this. The website did this. According to his account, Joaquin requested a meeting with Yoma to resolve some political differences in Sinaloa. Yoma shared that he arrived at the meeting place before 11 a.m., accompanied by 4 members of his security detail. 2 remained outside of the perimeter. Are those 2 that remained outside of the perimeter the ones that went to go get sodas? Are those the 2 that were on the news, supposedly, or one of the 2 that was on the news yesterday, supposedly, with a screen mask on, talking about, we brought him there, but he never came out, and then we saw the picture. That's your story, right? 2 were left outside. Did the 2 left outside not hear hammer fire? They didn't hear nothing? I'd respect them more if they said, yeah, we heard and we hauled ass. I'd respect that more than to question my intelligence on the shit. Accompanied by 4 members of his security detail. 2 remained outside the perimeter while others entered with him. Jose Rosario Heras Lopez, commander of the Judicial Police of the state of Sinaloa, and Rodolfo Chaidez, a longtime member of his security team. On the way to the meeting area, he saw Quinn Ojeda and one of his aides. All right, Quinn was the politician that was having problems with Rocha, who's the governor now of Sinaloa, whom he greeted briefly. So the old man saw Quinn, greeted him. When he met Joaquin, the latter gestured for him to follow him. So Joaquin said, "Come on, Padrino, follow me," and they led him to another darkened room. As soon as I set foot inside that room, I was ambushed. A group of men assaulted me, threw me to the floor, and placed a dark-colored hood over my head. They tied me up and handcuffed me and then forced me into the back of a pickup truck, recalled Zambada, who asserted that he was subjected to physical abuse that caused injuries to his back, knees, and wrists. So you didn't walk in there. There's only one thing that strikes me as I read this again. You didn't say nothing about you walk in there and they smoked your security in front of your face. Or do you get to that? Did they knock you down first or did they knock security down first? I feel like You not much of a threat, old man. These security guys, were these security guys outside of the room? We don't know none of these things, you know. We probably never will at this point. That's CIA shit. We ain't got no clue. Shout out HG on the check-in.
Put him in a fucking bed, you might.
Sorry, wrong one. That was the wrong one. I need this marker.
You don't want no problems.
A group of men assaulted me, threw me to the floor, injuries to blah, 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 blah. Later, they took him to a landing strip where they forced him onto a private plane with only the pilot, Joaquin, and himself on board. The flight lasted approximately 3 hours to El Paso, Texas, where U.S. agents were already waiting for him. Who made that phone call, huh? There's no cooperation. There was definitely some kind of phone call. Who'd you call? You died. Who did Joaquin call? Did you dial 911? Or did the U.S. government know everything that was happening and everything that was going down? This is for all the people that... And here's the thing. You could be wrong. It's when you fight the truth, when the truth does come out, so that you can be right. That's out of pocket. Because this is for the people that said, he's too noble, he wanted to see his kids, he turned himself in. The notion that I voluntarily surrendered and or cooperated is completely and unequivocally false. I was brought to this country by force and under duress, without my consent and against my will. That's it. That's it. Shit is exhausting. We're gonna talk about it though.
You don't want no problems.
Oh man, we got some. We'll talk about it right now. I get it, Miguel Sanchez. But that be my problem with the people. We've come to the conclusion they're rats. You said the stories are interesting. That's what I'm in it for. The rest of the story, and we be obsessed with the fact that these motherfuckers rat when these rats are a part of the game. The same way the money is, the same way the bitches are. You know, the same way the flash, the pizzazz, all that shit. It's all part of the game. And we be obsessed and shit. Oh yeah, government knew. Government knew. Come on, man. They ain't just letting no plane fly across the fucking the border. And well, who's that? Shout out Dan Sosa, salutes. Hot as fuck. Stay cool, stay hydrated, bro. Shout out Raven on the check-in. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. No, I know where you at, Dan Sosa, New Jersey in the building. Unless you moved. Just like they told the twins they had to put in work and get that recording. Lil Guzman had to work. There you go. There you go. Here's my question to you, Beezy. You think he got more help than they did? You know what I'm saying? They got told, hey man, hold on, let me hit this marker.
You don't want no problems.
They got told, hey man, okay, sure, you want to do that? All right, no problem. Figure it out. Get it done. Right? Get it done. Sent them off. He needed a pilot. Was that his pilot? What happened to the pilot that was flying that plane? Did he jump out and cross the border and go back, or did he live on this side? And again, I'm willing to say that this is a bigger mission, probably. I don't know. See, J and P might be like, get the fuck out of here. But they might have needed this much help. You know what I'm saying? They had a whale in the trunk of that plane. You know what I mean? But it seems like they got a little bit more help. And everybody just say, Jono Sabo, I didn't see nothing. I don't know what you talking about. Hey, have you guys seen the ex-US...
Put him in a fucking...
You don't want no problems.
Have you guys seen the ex-USC football player turned rug dealer? I don't know which one we're talking about. I'm sure there's more than one. I'm sure his fam came over too. Whose fam? Joaquin's? Yeah, they share family. That was all together, I think. We need to point out the rats, Papa. But that's what we do. Is that you just gonna repeat that all night, Miguel? You know what I mean? People think I'm defending rat. Fuck a rat, but goddamn, bro. You know? You gotta. Sometimes I be wondering, people that's too obsessed, like, man, what, have you been put under the pressure? What if the play is to move the whole Guzman immediate over with immunity? I mean, they pretty much did that. That's why people say, oh, when a video gives them this, gives them that. My thing is, a video had to have given them something already. For them to have said, hey, load them up in the plane, bring them over here. While we're deporting people, you bring them in here. Don't worry about it. He had to give them something. Maybe I'm wrong. My frame of reference and the only ones that I could ask that have dealt with the feds would be the twins. And say, does that sound likely? Not the USA snatching people, bringing them here, flag on the play. Sidebar.
Jonathan Pantria sent $2 salutes Chi-Il my dude, Il Cartel members, and chat. I hope you've all had a blessed and grateful Taco Tuesday. Like and subscribe to the great quality content, it's free.
Shout out JP for the $2 power chat. JP, I would read that, but for some reason, my power chat is tripping, so I can't see it to read it. I heard it. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome. Glad to have you. Let's get it. That's my point, BZ. They all rats, bro. You know what I'm saying? At some point or another, they all gonna end up rapping. And you go, oh, but they're solid guy. Yeah, maybe a couple of them. Okay. And they deserve their respect too. But goddamn, bro. You guys, and I've been doing this a long time. People like you probably knew around here, Miguel Sanchez. I'm not trying to alienate you, but you're probably the 800th guy that comes in here and says, we get it, bro, rats, bro, we get it. We just can't obsess on it all the time. Did someone say hi? I'm in Vegas. Your shoes probably melting. Salud Vicente, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being here. And he said we got to point out the rats. The twins come in here and tell everybody, I'll tell you, yeah, we're rats, we're snitches, we're this. If what else you want me to do? You want me to scream it in their face every moment of the day? I can't. It's just counterproductive, and y'all don't expect that shit from nobody else. And I don't allow expectations of me anyway. I'm the only motherfucker that expects something out of me. And again, it's not about you, Miguel Sanchez. It's just on the whole. That's why I said it's exhausting. Shout out to the usual suspects. Well, the twins they gave, that's what I'm saying. It was a bigger mission. They came in there with a whale. The twins came with a recording of a whale. The only thing they had to do to step it up was throw that motherfucker in the trunk and drive him across the border. The name and probably better relationship with the DEA than the twins had. Yeah, Guzman's probably been working for a long time, maybe decades. Yomo even told Vicente he could eat. Gave his blessing. Yeah, they had meetings. This is what you do when the shit hits the fan. Shout out JP on the check-in. Salute Shail, my dude, Il Cartel members in chat. Hope you've all had a blessed and grateful Taco Tuesday. Like and subscribe to the great quality content. It is free. Don't cost you a thing. Salute to you, JP. I'm glad you're here, sir. Shout out Raven. A video gets extradited, and all of a sudden, after 50 years, Yomo gets tricked into getting snatched. Didn't Pocha turn on his own cousins, Beltrans, to get Ivan out? I mean, the betrayal starts from the beginning, and I got a series that I'm working on. I'm one video in. I want to have a couple of them in the can before I drop them. But the betrayal is what built the Sinaloa cartel. And it's been that. It's been constantly that. And it's something that you got to look at. If a person's willing to break every other rule in society, what makes you think that they're going to be loyal to you? And if a person is willing to break every other rule in society, what makes you think they won't break their own golden rule and talk? It's just what people do. And shout out Miguel. I think Miguel left. I pissed him off. My bad. No, Miguel's chill. He hates rats, but it's just it becomes a one-track mind thing, and it's like, come on, we're talking about other shit. My sister is a huge conspiracy theorist. She said the cartel is owned by the U.S. government and was created by them. That would argue that nobody can do it for themselves and everybody needs the U.S. government. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, it's a new government. It's a new world. It's always take away credit from salutes Miguel Sanchez. I appreciate you. You know, it's like taking away credit and saying, oh, the Mexicans couldn't start this shit by themselves, or the Colombians couldn't start this shit by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Does the U.S. have a lot to do with a lot of things? Yeah, but I don't know, you know, I don't know that they own this or that. Everybody got their crime. Everybody got their shit where they at. And this gimmick that there's honor amongst thieves is just a gimmick, man. It's pro wrestling. It's pro wrestling. Boy, man, that was a crazy couple of weeks, man. We was getting videos of the plane, and people were talking about the plane, and that's this person's plane, and it was over here. You see? Now then they get mad. I wasn't insulting you, Miguel, but if you want to talk slick, I could talk slick too. I can match energy. I'm a master at that shit. You know what I mean? All subject, but if anybody in recent times is still alive that's supposed to be unalive is Epstein. In recent times, it's still alive that's supposed to be unalive. Oh, yeah, if he still exists. Or if they didn't just do away with him. He'd have to have some kind of good shit under wraps to be alive. Some real good collateral. Like a time sensitive, if I'm not alive and I don't, I'm not there to do this or that. Some shit you see in a movie. Or they smoked him and said, all right, let's get all these stories out of here. I don't know. See that? You talk to me about the government in there doing that type of shit all day. When you say, oh, they created or they own or they this or they that, I mean, there's always been supply and demand. This has just been forever. That's it. Miguel said, hey, bro, I'm calling all snitches rats. I don't give a fuck. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck what you call them. That ain't the conversation. That's why, you know what I'm saying? See, now I'm matching energy. Right? You see that? I don't give a fuck what you calling them. I'm not saying about the name you're using. I'm saying that the obsession of just fucking everything has to be about, that's what we're talking about. That's not even what we're talking about. Whenever I want. Yeah, sure you can, sure. I mean, till I get tired and put you in a fucking
Put him in a fucking bed, you might.
But you can go have a sit down with the rats if you want. You're here looking for rat information. You are dying to sit here and have a conversation with rats. You excited for that. So what are you talking about? What do you think? There's not a million rats on the internet? We don't know you. We don't know what the fuck you come from. Anybody can say what they want on the internet. So respectfully, I'm telling you, Miguel, just stand down. You was just the straw that broke the camel's back, dog. I was trying to be cool, be nice, Watch some whistleblowers on docs and YouTube. It makes perfect sense. Shout out Primo. I'm feeling that hat, man. I had to throw on the cubbies for, Rhino, rest in peace. If you constantly say you hate something and bring it up for no reason out of context, you probably love it. Indeed. For me, it does to a point. She gets way left field and loses me. No, and that's the thing. We got to stay out of left field. Yo, I'm convinced, bro, that you'll fold under the pressure. You're too obsessed, but okay. Right? I'm gonna stop giving you attention now because you just want to hold up the show because you're obsessed and shit. You fucking all you do is watch rat interviews on the internet all day. I'm sure. And there's plenty. Plenty out there. Let's get it.
You don't want no problems.
Investigation timeline. In August 2024, the Attorney General's office requested the case and opened an investigation against Yoma and Joaquin for the possible crimes of illegal flight, illegal use of air facilities, violation of immigration and custom laws, snatching, treason, and any other related charges. The agency requested all relevant information from the governor of Sinaloa, Ruben Rocha Moya,
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
which he provided to authorities in the media, demonstrating that he had not been in Sinaloa on the day of the alleged meeting at the farm. He said he wasn't in Sinaloa, bro. You know? He wasn't in Sinaloa. According to him. He's been there, according to him, but we ain't seen him. Has anybody seen him? I heard he went to get a haircut. Right? That he had not been in Sinaloa on the day of the alleged meeting at the farm. He also clarified that he was never aware of the meeting and that Yoma had likely been summoned under false pretense. In February 2025, Attorney General Alejandro Gertz Manero confirmed that the Mexican government had requested Yoma Zambada's repatriation to Mexico from the moment he was arrested in the United States, as he has 3 arrest warrants against him in Mexico. Now, they're sticking to the story of Malesio Quinn being smoked in that gas station. Let's see.
Put him in a fucking bench. Put him in a.
You don't want no problems.
Oh shit. Playing devil's advocate, this being the internet and we don't know them in real life, they've came to the channel pretty much by surprise and helped increase the channel, and we're supposed to hate the twins. I'm the twin, and again, the twins defend themselves on a regular basis. I don't gotta defend the twins, but I do gotta defend the truth, and the truth is that's what they do. That's the shit in the cartel. They tell. That's what they do. Okay, you guys are funny. Yeah, and of course not. We ain't gotta hate nobody. These motherfuckers don't hate them. These motherfuckers want to talk to them. Hmm? All right, so they're gonna go with this story. They're gonna go with this same story right here. How can I have to defend themselves? Do you not understand how ridiculous that sounds? Because you're just looking for more reasons to use that word. That's all. I'm just pointing out your obsession. You're not the only one. There's a whole bunch of you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I'm just saying you guys are obsessed. Just all day long. You know what I'm saying? The murder, the unaliving of Hector Malesio Quinn Ojeda. That same July 25th, 2024, the day of the surrender of Yoma, along with the son of Pocha, half a surrender, I guess. Already after 9 p.m., Sinaloa was shaken again by the news of the attack on the leader of the Partido Sinaloense, Hector Malesio Quinn Ojeda, at a gas station located on the Mexico 15 International Highway near the town of La Presita, north of Culiacan. He was transferred to a private hospital in the city of Culiacan, but it was reported that he had arrived without vital signs. Reporters crowded outside the clinic, broadcasting live, still in disbelief at what was happening. I'm still not buying that gas station video. Not buying it. And let me ask you something. Come on, man. I guess they do expect you to believe it, and most people will, because people believe ridiculous things, right? But dude's telling you that they snatched me to go be at this meeting with this guy, and then somehow that guy randomly gets smoked somewhere else at a gas station, and it's not connected. They try to jack him. Stop. It's kind of ridiculous, you know? Kind of ridiculous. Shy I feel it's damned if you do, damned if you don't type deal. That's why the Bartel Nut Huggers got their name and their song. It's just what it is, man. They want to be acknowledged. I acknowledge them. All right. Salute Shannon. Be respectful to Shannon. Let him fight. Shannon, let him fight. When you're looking at triple digit sentence, you may look at things a bit different. Facts. Most people do. From the investigation that I've done over the last couple of years, most people do. However, in the letter,
You don't want no problems.
however, in the letter in which Yoma describes how he was snatched, he revealed that Quinn was unalived on the same ranch at the exact same time he was taken from the farm to the United States. I know that the official version, not just official version, they gave us video, bro. They gave us video. Can you defend yourself, Michael Sanchez? You sounding real fucking stupid right now. So if there was a rat in here and the rat told you, yeah, I'm a rat, and you insulted him, and they defend themselves against you, they can't do that? It's just... because they can't do nothing, right? Can they breathe? They can't eat either. Then why don't you do something about it? But you won't, because you just like talking about it all day. That's it. It's just over and over and over again. I find it comical, all this internet. They don't even believe themselves talking this bullshit. All right? Y'all know I came into this shit on some, oh, man, why did the dudes that ratted on Chapo have to be from Chicago? Fuck. And I said, oh, wait a minute. All of them ratting? Oh, man, what are we arguing about? But these guys are obsessed. I find it comical that all the internet is now, he's a rat, she's a rat. I live by this made-up code. I would never be a rat, yet you never left the suburbs after dark. They don't leave the house. That's my point. They're going to tell you that they are whatever you call them. Right? Just like every other one. That's the point. But you're too slow to get that shit, man. You're a little off your rocker in a soft, tender way. Let's get it.
You don't want no problems.
I know that the official version given by Sinaloa state authorities is that Hector Quinn was shot on the night of July 25th at a gas station by two men on a motorcycle who wanted to steal his truck. That is not what happened. They unalived him at the same time and in the same place where I was snatched. He lamented that the unaliving of someone he considered his friend, as well as the disappearance of two members of the security team, they remain missing to this day. On August 2024, the Attorney General's office complained about inaccuracies in the investigation conducted by the Attorney General's office of the state of Sinaloa into the unaliving of Hector Melesio Quinn Ojeda. Among the most notable are the autopsy did not correctly establish the immediate cadaveric signs, temperature, thanatological signs, lividity, or the correct description and evolution of the body. In August 2024, the Attorney General's office complained about inaccuracies in the investigation conducted by the Attorney General's office of the state of Sinaloa into the unaliving of Hector Melesio Quinn Ojeda. Among the most notable are the autopsy did not correctly... This guy keeps repeating shit, man. The body has severe bruising on the head. The body was shot 4 times in the legs. The gas station video has sound, but only one shot can be heard. The crime scene and vehicle have not been criminally processed. Although there are human stains in the truck's bed, there are no expert reports or determinations on the matter. Nor have all the authorities. So that's what Velez was talking about last time. Velez was talking about that they found the red liquid in the back of the whip. You know? In the back of the whip. In the back of that same truck. Nor have all authorities involved complied with the body preservation measures allowing cremation. Oh, and they cremated him right away. That's right. Which is contrary to criminalistic practices for unaliving investigations. All right, stupid. Now you just talking. Now you just talk to yourself. Nobody even pay him no attention. I'll let you get my engagement up and let you talk to yourself, because there's no talking to people like you. Everybody isn't ratting. It might be the majority, but not all. Okay, well, there you go. So what? Go get a channel and talk about it. What can a rat say that's considered defending themselves for becoming a rat? Shut the fuck up. Your brain don't get answers and process them. Your brain moves the goalposts. You know what I'm saying? So again, you could get back in the conversation that we having and take your time, or you could just repeat the same shit. You know? Yeah, let's let him keep repeating himself. He's a fucking jerk off. He don't get it. HG gave him a warning shot. HG gave him a little warning shot para que se tranquilice. Oh man, what am I gonna do with y'all? For this reason, the eternal.
You don't want no problems.
Like, so what, bro? I get it. Yeah, some people don't rat. Most people do. Okay, now what? That's all you got? God damn, boy. He was cremated under 24 hours. Rocha mysteriously was in LA.
Oye, ¿y el Rocha? ¿Y el Rocha? Bueno, ¿y el Rocha?
And Quinn had been saying that weird shit was going around his house before being unalive, but that went to waste. This is where these guys walked up. Dude basically opened the car. You hear a shot. Boom. Truck takes off. Why is there stuff in the bed of the truck? And why is that old man saying he got smoked in the same room where I was standing? Why? Why? The farm in Huertos de Pedregal. On August 21st, Attorney General's office agents located the farm named San Julian, Santa Julia, where the alleged meeting was held, where Zambada Garcia was snatched to be handed over to the United States government, and it is now known where Quinn Ojeda was unalived. The property is located on the right side at the end of the main avenue in a rural area near the Bella Vista police station, part of the Culiacancito municipality. It has a large wall with an electric fence at the top, security gates, a large pool, thatched roofs, grills, and a beautiful gardens with palm trees. At first glance, traces of dried body fluid were visible on the access ramp to the main entrance gate of the property. So I'm thinking that pretty much the dudes that were outside, they got smoked too. They never found the other two, but they probably left two out front. I don't know. What do I know, right? In October 24, the Attorney General's office reported that bodily fluid was found on the property, which federal forensics units have accurately determined correspond to the former rector of the Autonomous University of Sinaloa, Hector Melesio Quinn Ojeda. So they got his DNA. This confirms that the person was present at the scene of the snatching and that his fluid stains correspond to the time the federal public prosecutor's office has established as the time of his unaliving, which occurred many hours before the locally released video of a gas station, which has since been dismissed by the FGR itself, by the same people that gave it to us. The same people that gave it to us. Everybody want to talk about these low-level rats and shit. Talk about these rats in the media that keep lying to you stupid motherfuckers. Huh? Talk about these political rats. Talk about these chomos. You want to talk about that? The fuck? Meanwhile, everybody doing deals on each other. He got a deal. You get a deal. They get a deal. Fuck out of here. I don't like sneaky, dirty, rotten, conniving, backstabbing, two-faced people. Right? Let alone, I'm not protecting no rats, no snitches, no none of that shit. I can't trust you with a secret. You're putting that category for me. You know what I'm saying? But when you're obsessed with that shit and they're all doing the same shit, then it's just part of the game. Part of the game like the money, part of the game like the bitches, part of the game like the flash and the pizzazz. That's what it is. It's fucking annoying already. So the same people, the same government that told you that that was what happened to him in that gas station. Look at the video. Look. Those are the same people that now say, oh, we was wrong. Oh, yeah? Where'd you get that tape? What happened with that truck? What was that story? Nobody got shot right there? What happened? They don't want to talk about that shit. It's also reported that human red fluid was found in the bed of the vehicle corresponding to Rodolfo C., currently missing. All right, so they got the DNA on that. So that's one of the bodyguards. As his bodyguard, a member of his security team. For all of the above reasons, the Attorney General's office has initiated an investigation into the Attorney General's office, right? You know. And then there's the governor, who runs all that shit. Who at the beginning of the war in Sinaloa said that they had to take away all of the hammers from the local police. It was a time for, what was it? To check, to quality check their weapons. And they were without weapons during the crazy, it's just the craziest, dirtiest fucking movie you ever seen in your life. Alleged criminal administrative responsibilities of police officers, public prosecutors, experts, and various personnel from the Attorney General's office of the state of Sinaloa have already been thoroughly investigated for their involvement in the unaliving of Hector Melesio Quinn. It's crazy. But y'all didn't get to that farm until August. And you still managed to find some shit. Look at the size of that place. This is that entrance over here. Which one of these rooms was it? I would assume the farthest or the closest. No, they don't care about nobody hearing nothing. There's nobody to hear out here. Boom. This is that angle we were at. Message of calm overtaken by reality. Days after Zambada's surrender and given the context of the conditions in which it had taken place, journalists asked the defense commander if they expected the violence in Sinaloa to escalate. And the answer was no. I think not. But we will remain alert. We are prepared for any situation with sufficient force to react to any eventuality. After this arrest, things have been relatively calm. Things changed, and then a war between criminal groups would ensue, taking the streets as a battlefield and driving back the population. September 9th. Once the farm was located in August and the letter confirming the rumors was revealed, Mayo Zambada had been ambushed and handed over by force to the United States. On September 9th, a shootout that left several soldiers wounded and one unalive marked the beginning of the war between the two factions of the Sinaloa Cartel. On the one hand, the Zambadas, fury over the surrender of Yoma, and the others, the Chapitos, defending the territory and containing the backlash attacks for having handed Yoma over to the U.S. government. At the end of his letter, Yoma sent a message. I also call on the people of Sinaloa to exercise restraint and maintain peace in our state. Nothing is resolved with violence. We've traveled that path, and we all lose, he concluded. A message that was evidently not heeded by the groups that unleashed an era of shootouts fueled by explosive devices, executions, snatchings, and red fluid-thirsty narco messages accompanied by mutilated bodies, tire punching in public spaces, attacks on homes, and assaults on the Mexican army and police in Sinaloa. This has now lasted more than 10 months, resulting in the unaliving of innocent people in the crossfire. Absolutely, children. Filthy, rotten motherfuckers. Today in Sinaloa, in addition to local police forces, there are federal reinforcements with more than 15,000 members of the Army, Navy, National Guard, and the Secretariat of Security and Citizen Protection. Omar Harfouk and President Saidobaum Security Cabinet are constantly visiting to restore peace and tranquility to the people of Sinaloa. Despite the results of more than 1,500 arrests, the seizures of thousands of firearms, or even though there are less ugly days than at the beginning, the questions for the people of Sinaloa remains, when will the violence end? It won't, unfortunately. He only got 300 seconds, Primo. He want to come back and talk his shit, he can. We'll throw that jersey on and don't talk. Nah, that Miguel stands tall. Miguel don't even hurt a fly, man. Miguel mad. Alright, y'all. Well, to me, we ain't learned nothing new. And the more that I hear about, I heard about 2 missing bodyguards. I heard about 2 other ones. I heard about red fluid being found, DNA of Melesio Quinn, right? But I haven't heard officially about an assistant getting away, and I doubt an assistant's gonna get away in this situation, all right? And you know, we heard a lot of things. All right, salutes to y'all. Hunters up in the chat. Bow. Get it. Stop this. And this. Right. Yeah, we didn't learn nothing new, and I ain't hear nothing. It's amazing. Well, at least they cleared it up. I mean, why even? Well, they have to mention it. Why? I was gonna say why mention the gas station, but you have to mention the gas station. Why? Because it has to be known that they put out a bullshit video out there for us to watch. You know. Miss me with that shit. And then find his DNA over there. Nah, that's some. I don't know. Shout out Deb. Salutes to you, Deb. Have a good one. Right. All right. I want to line something up right here that I want to see. So give me a second. While I do that, I'll do this. While I do that, I'll do that. The wheel is open for anybody that wants to play. You do not have to play. But if you want to play, the wheel is open. All right. In the meantime, between time, I got to go check something out over here. You think you will ever get the full truth? It's like the Epstein thing. Yeah, nah, we're never going to get the truth. And the people ain't never going to get no peace, man. They're going to have to leave. They're going to have to leave. All right, $10 through Power Chat, Cash App, and Venmo. We on sale. $10 through the Super Chat as well. 3 spin limit per timer. And bow. We'll spin the wheel. All right, I got something here I want to put a fork in. So let me pull it up. Oh, I see. No, I probably can't get this. Sure can. Ill Avengers, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. Shout out Jonathan Martinez. Shy, you did good on the podcast. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Deb Heiser, yeah, salutes Deb. All right, boom. We're gonna go as soon as the wheel's done. I'm going to listen to finally. All right, one thing we never heard. You know what? I'm gonna wait till that's done. Let me wait till that's done. I'll move on from there. All right. Should there be like a wheel song or something? Need a wheel song. Miguel, come back, man, so you could remind us and tell us more about that.
Jonathan Pantria sent $20, 2 spins, por favor.
That shit didn't. Oh, it's covered up. 2 spins. Boom. Salute JP for the 2 spins. Por favor. Let me see. Yeah, I can't open it, so I can't see it again. All right, 2 spins for JP. 49 seconds left. Let's see what JP's average is gonna look like today. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. I wanna put an end to the G Unit spinner chain conversation. We never heard from Young Buck. Shout out Diverse Mentality. Young Buck spilled the beans today. So let's see what he said. I ain't seen it. I ain't heard it. I don't know if it confirms my theories. I don't know if it confirms what I think we know. I even said por favor. 5 and an adjust. All right. 5 and an adjust. All right. Down to 5 seconds. And the wheel is officially closed. The wheel is officially closed. All right. Shout out JP for getting in early before the buzzer. Right. He wants 5. He want to switch it up. All right. I'm gonna go with 5 right here. 5 shuffles. You see, no results. So this is a fresh It says click to spin. We got a fresh wheel here. Again, I even made it easier for y'all. I took something out of mine. Y'all owe me something, but we'll see how it goes. With that said, 5 shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Are y'all ready to party? Let's go! Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands
Oh,
up!
shit!
Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Now get your hands up!
Shout out to the double shot. JP got a double shot. I ain't say these many pleases politely. No, it was a por favor, man. It was a Espanol. All right. Do you want to adjust or you want another 5 shuffles? Take a look at the board. See what it looks like. You got you a double shot. Damn. It's hot for a double shot, boy.
Old Soul sent $20 on YouTube. Spin.
See, you're going to blame YouTube. That fucking YouTube is late. JP wants 5. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, man, the hydration for the nation. You know what I'm saying? It be like that sometimes. You got a double shot when it's hot, though. So salute to you. All right, thank you for the water. High quality H2O. Let's get Oso's spins. Oso, give shuffles. He said just spin. I'm gonna say he said he means spin. So here we go. Oh, Oso hit him in the head. Headshot. He gone. He gone. Don't go. Don't go. God damn. All right. He got 10. He got 10 on the gummy side. He got 10 on the gummy side. Son of a bitch. All right. I assume he means spin again. So I'm going to go with the spin again. Let's get it. Oh, shit. Yo, man, I couldn't get a cold beer out of this deal. God damn. All right. Well, there we go, man. 20 gummies and a double shot, man. Son of a all right. Also, I expect you to take your logo and use it as your avatar. Figure that shit out. Salute my OG Ranch holder. I wish you the best. Is my L Avengers. Stay looking gravy. Nah, man. L Avengers, man. All right. A double shot and 20. Let's get to this. Shout out Diverse Mentality. They just put it out. We don't get many views on these lives. All right, hopefully they don't clap me. But we got to put an end to this shit. Shout out Diverse Mentality for getting the interview because he knew we wanted that shit. All right. I don't want to take his whole video. I just want to take the shit we need. So let's see how it goes here. All right. What did I say? Shout out also for the $20 super chat. I'm confused. Y'all lost me. All right. Let's see what we got here.
So during, I never.
Hold on, let me give y'all the Diverse Mentality channel link. And I will also hit that like button. Boom. Give me a subscribe. I don't know why I'm not subscribed.
Heard you speak on this. So during the straight out of Cashville, because I did a documentary on the G-Unit chain situation.
Yeah.
And Spider Loke saw it, and he had his perspective. I put everybody's perspective. D-Tay, Spider Loke.
Everybody act like I'm not here, man. Everybody act like I'm not here, man. It's all right, though. It's all right.
Who else spoke on it? JoJo.
Yeah. Shout out to
Audio
JoJo.
low as hell.
So
Chicago JoJo, right?
Yeah. So I had like all their perspectives. I was like, man, I can't find anything with Bucks speaking on it. I didn't hear nothing.
He never spoke on it.
Yeah. So I saw Smack DVD.
I told y'all that. He never spoke on it. That's the only person we never heard from. Except in the music. Who had the music, y'all? I had the music. We had the music. The Twins had the music. The Twins gave us the music.
They were briefly spoke on it, but it was like nothing like information. So what? Can you speak on your side of what happened? Like how did I know with D-Tay, he ended up getting robbed outside of the club in Cabrini Greens.
Facts.
And then after that, where did this change? They were saying a story if you're trying to go through.
Oh, shout out Shannon. He was there on time. Okay.
You don't want no problems.
Oh, let me start recording this.
Chicago
It's
and
true.
Meek, what's his name? Godfather?
I end up running into dude for sure.
Yeah,
One
so
of 'em.
tell me your side of how things
Well,
went.
you basically got it in a nutshell. It's like shit happened. People thought I got robbed for the chain. It wasn't me. It was D-Tay, the D-Tay dude. And he basically ran out there, pulled up in front of a spot, and he, I guess, was flashing the chain type thing, and they showed him, oh, all right, come on in, park right here. In front of some club, he got out. Supposedly they walked behind him, shot at the ground and took it off his neck type shit. It's a story I was told, but once it happened, he came, brought this situation back to me. I was in a hotel in Chicago. I was so fucking mad, man. I just said, you know what, go on about your business, man, and I ended up, I think, sending him back to Nashville type shit. And I went to moving through Chicago, like, let me holler at a few individuals that I know, see if they can kind of like, you know what I mean, get any kind of eyes and hands, and because I ain't paying for shit that nobody took from me. I don't believe in that type shit. So it's just like, want to see if I can find out if any kind of respect was there to say, hey, man, that's my shit, you know what I mean? Let me get it back type shit, which led me to JoJo and Godfather, because they was like, yo, you got to holler at this person.
Can y'all hear this motherfucker? Should I turn this shit up?
When I went to holler at, Godfather and shit, he was like, yo, I know where it said and how it went down, but, the dude that wanted, you know what I'm saying, he wanted a piece of change, and I ended up telling him, hey, no, man, I can't pay for nothing nobody took. They was like, all right, bet type shit, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to play hero. I'm on these niggas' turfs. These niggas is bosses. They serious. They gangsters. They really, about they shit too. And I just appreciate a motherfucker at least giving me that much, because had I been a nigga that was about paying for something, I probably could have handed that little piece of change that they wanted for it, and then it would have happened that way, but I didn't. And walked on off, got back in my Sprinter van and went on about my business. Laid the news to 50, he like, get up out of there type shit. Had to get up out of there. Once I got out of there, it was one of them situations where I was having to take the loss, because technically it was 50 shit and I had it on type. So, I was gonna wear the responsibility of it, whether I had to pay for the money.
Is he gonna acknowledge if it was real or not? If it was real or fake? 50's story is that it wasn't real. 50's story is that he didn't want to insure something real. Did he tell him get out of there because they gonna find out that shit ain't real and they gonna come for something else?
Motherfucker, or whether I had to, go through whatever, I had it, even though it was taken from a motherfucker that was with me at the time and shit. So, shit went by, weeks went by, you know what I mean? And you know, I had to pick 50 up one time at the airport. I'll say this much, you know what I mean? Individual walked past me, you know what I'm saying, and flashed me the chain, you know what I mean? They didn't speak no English. You did, you know. And I was with somebody and shit, you know, that could verify a lot of it. I choose not to say no names and shit, but I'm at the same airport there to pick 50 up when they decide to say, here you go, you know what I mean? It was a couple weeks later, you know what I mean? And I go in the bathroom, motherfucker have a goddamn phone, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo. And then motherfucker who had it didn't know English, but the person on the phone, they did, you know what I mean? They was like, man, we love you, you know, we love you. You know, Mexicans love you. And I'm shocked because now I got this chain and 50 about to land, so I'm finna have to tell this man, you know, how I got this chain back type shit, so I'm asking, you know what I'm saying, what should I say? And we don't care what you say. You can say whatever you choose to say. I'm like, because I want to make sure that shit didn't happen to somebody and to get this chain back.
This sounds totally left field. Hold on, a new can of worms is opened here. A new can of worms is opened here.
And they was like, no. And then I'll never forget, you know, it just, you know, when they were, how did you get it? Oh, it's simple. Just nothing comes to Chicago until the chain come back. And it came back so fast, you know what I'm saying?
That is crazy.
So when 50 landed, I basically walked up to 50 once he got in his bulletproof and jumped on the other side and was like, here, 50. And he looked at me and said, what you do, man? That was his first words. What you do, man? I can't make this.
So who, this opens a can of worms. Who from G Unit ended up getting possession of it? Buck or Fifth? I have to go back now and listen to my own breakdown. Because this shit sounds left field here. Now we got guys that don't speak the English? Huh? Shout out Vernon. Sounds like some bullshit to me. Is it now nobody speaking the English? Hold on, man. Now it's no hablo inglés? I don't know, man. Let's see. Can't trust Buck and his word with the pancake storytelling. I smell the attention seeking in the air. DT had to handle Buck getting snatched in their spot in Tennessee. Or getting got in their spot. Crazy. Nah, wait. Until 50 put this fool on. Wait until 50 put this fool on blast again. The story has changed from what it looks. They sounding like it's real different, right? I gotta go back because he talking about I went to go pick 50 at the airport and somebody walked past me and flashed the chain. That's possible. You know, it's possible. But now you're missing me with the no hablo inglés and all that shit, man. I've heard more versions of how this all went down. I broke down every version, Shannon. And I called bullshit. And I called righteousness and the truth on a lot of it. But people want to discount the facts. And facts are facts. The truth is the truth. Until it's not. If somebody can prove to me that it's not, then all right. Hold on, man.
Shit up. You know what I mean? Some of my shit be so real.
He said, who can make this shit up? I don't know. Everybody seems to be making it.
What you do, man? That was his first words. What you do, man? I can't make this shit up. You know what I mean? Some of my shit be so real, motherfucker be trying to make my shit like it ain't true. Shit, I ain't got time to lie on nobody about nothing. Niggas know my get up. But yeah, the nigga looked at me and said, man, what you do? I said, I ain't did nothing. He said, well, how did I say, man, listen, man, these folks brought this chain back, man, they on the phone and 50 jumped on the phone, you know what I mean? The motherfucker, whoever he talked to or whatever it is, they just told him, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you know, we got a lot of love for you, and, you know, the Mexicans, they love Buck and things like that. And you go, well, I want to meet you and see you. They said, fine, you just have to come down here. And that kind of killed the conversation.
Man, get the fuck out of here. So wait a minute. So we're going to ignore the fact that he got a song with them, right? There was a verse, he got a verse from him. Jay got a verse from him. This shit sounds crazy.
Indeed. And
hey,
like I say, I ain't
break
no
that shit down.
Individual like that, but I give so much respect because I don't go for no disrespect. They just make this shit look good on this camera, man. But the motherfucker ain't like I say, I ain't trying to disrespect nobody, so I don't really go through a lot of that bullshit. But you know, I'm a protector though. I'm gonna protect my life, you know what I mean, by any means cause, you know what I'm saying, and my children, my family, my loved ones. So, you know, that's how I get out. But
no, he said he didn't. He said he didn't buy the shit back. He wasn't buying the shit back. He said he turned that offer down when the chain was still in Chicago. I'm just. All of these stories have a bit of convolution to them, man. All of them. And I'm just trying to pinpoint the final destination for that chain, how it got there. No inglés. Vernon call it bullshit. Also say he sounds confused with the story. No, the twins said they went out of the way to give it back to 50 because some came to the twins to sell it to them. Facts.
That's the story. I never done spoke on this shit. That's the true story. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Nels, you know what I'm saying? And somewhere down there, he may play the part somewhere in the middle of this shit, but that's how that chain came back, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did my research, and I was like, man, Buck, I can't find nothing on what Buck is saying about this. Everybody's got their side.
You got the biggest viralist goddamn moment it is right there.
We gave it to you in the music. The answer was right there.
Man, I'm about to cut this shit right there. Live on the first man.
Nah, man, I gotta listen to this bullshit one more time.
I can't make this person on the phone. They did, you know what I mean? They was like, man, we love you. They decided to say, here you go. I'm at the same airport there to pick 50 up when they decided to say, here you go. You know what I mean? It was a couple weeks later, you know what I mean? And
so they just showed up on you at the airport? They just magically
not to say no
showed up on you at the airport?
I'm at the same airport there to pick 50 up when they decided to say, here you go. You know what I mean? It was a couple weeks later, you know what I mean? And I go in the bathroom, motherfucker have a goddamn phone, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo. And then motherfucker who had it didn't know English, but the person on the phone, they did, you know what I mean? They was like, man, we love you, you know, we love you. Mexicans love you. I'm shocked because now I got this chain and 50 about to land, so I'm finna have to tell this man, you know, how I got this chain back type shit, so I'm asking, you know.
50 didn't tell the story like this. Twins didn't tell the story like this. Buck is finally telling the story, whatever story it is. And,
what I'm saying, what should I say? You know, we don't care what you say. You can say whatever you choose to say. I'm like, cause I want to make sure that shit didn't happen to somebody and to get this chain back.
I want to play my video. I ain't seen it. I don't remember what the fuck, you know, all of it.
And they was like, no. And then I'll never forget, you know, it just, you know, when they went, how did you get it? Oh, it's simple. Just nothing comes to Chicago until the chain come back. And it came back so fast, you know what I'm saying?
That is crazy.
So when 50 landed.
Here's the thing. He went with the big name in the song. He got a new song where he mentions it, but he mentions Poacher. We'll play the clip. Give me a second.
I basically walked up to 50 once he got in his bulletproof and jumped on the other side and was like, here, 50. And he looked at me and said, what you do, man? It was his first words. What you do, man? I can't make this shit up. You know what I mean? Some of my shit be so real, motherfucker be trying to make my shit like it ain't true. Shit, I ain't got time to lie on nobody about nothing. Niggas know my get up. But yeah, the nigga looked at me and said, man, what you do? I said, I ain't did nothing. He said, well, how did I say, man, listen, man, these folks brought this chain back, man, they on the phone, and they jumped on the phone, you know what I mean? The motherfucker, whoever he talked to or whatever it is, they just told him, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you know, we got a lot of love for you, and, you know, the Mexicans, they love Buck and things like that, and he said, well, I want to meet you and see you. They said, fine, you just have to come down here, and that kind of killed the conversation.
I gotta get out of this line of fucking work. Shit is ridiculous. Shy Buck recently went on record that G-Unit may be getting back together, allegedly. I wouldn't doubt if he's trying to stay in 50 and Yayo's good graces, Yayo with the twins stopping work. Went with the twins stopping work. He basically seems like he cutting the twins out of it, or they're the ones that speak the English on the other side. You know what? It's quite possible they were in Mexico. Yeah, it could have been. He could be telling the story right. We need to see about this whole airport shit. But you did a record for them. You mentioned them on the record. And then now you mentioning this shit on the record. Shout out Jose. Buck still on that booger sugar. Buck a fucking liar. He's making the twins sound like groupies. Shy, what happened to the Steve Rifkin, SRC, and Gabi part? We definitely need to see your video and get this punk. Yo, Jesus. Coño, man. Let's see the video, man. Where's that shit at? Let's see. I thought we put a fork in this story a long time ago. But shit. It don't stop. Let's see. Trying to find it. Give me a second. Trying to find it. I found this, but didn't I do like a documentary version? Yeah. Hold on. Damn, we did like 3 videos on this shit, man. December 1st and December 22nd. See what this is.
Compounded semaglutide is now.
Gotta relax with your semaglutide, bro. About what happened to the G-Unit spinning chain. Lately, the internet been talking a whole lot about what happened to the G-Unit spinning chain in Chicago. Whose hands it was in, whose hands it ended up in, and whose hands handed it back over to 50 Cent. We're going to go through these stories and see what we think. This video is going to be a little different than usual because we're also bringing in our own information. Exclusive information in the form of exclusive music never heard before that I believe is the connective tissue between that G-Unit spinning chain, Chicago, and 50 Cent.
My chain spinning, nigga.
So this at the rise. This is 2004, like at the rise of G-Unit. We all know 50's run, 2003, owned it, solidified it. It was his, and he was still on that run. Like he always says, he could have gone on and done his second album, but instead he did the Beg for Mercy G-Unit album, and this is how it goes down.
Hey, your squad ain't on shit. Look what Look what happened. Now
So according to the legend, these are the dudes that got the chain or ended up with it first.
your career on the line, cause Ja Rule finna get your chain. You dumbass.
My understanding is that that was a very real possibility right there, that it ended up in the hands of Ja Rule. That's something 50 didn't want to happen. For Irv Gotti and Ja Rule to end up with that chain at that time would have been a huge W for them that they needed. You gotta understand, during the fifth run, it was very hard to make 50 look like he was off his P's and Q's. There were so many opportunities and so many things that could have probably stopped his momentum. Somehow he got in front of those things. I mean, something as simple as them throwing a chair at him at Summer Jam and him catching it. That chair would have smacked him in the face. It would have shown something to the people that they didn't see before. 50 not at his strength. At that time, 50 was all at his strength. Him catching that chair made him look a little bit more superhuman to the people. So this chain ending up in the hands of Ja Rule and them, that would have been a major, major W for them. A deep breath that they needed at the time because they was getting jumped. And it would have been a decent sized L for 50, probably the first one we'd have seen him take at that time.
This ain't even had the people got it, so you know that $1 million, you know, we'll be all right. Got to chop pops up. You know, we want them to get a label. Got to eat.
Yo, like, you know, when you do something like that, you really think that's gonna work? You gonna send out a video, they're just gonna send you a duffel bag with $1 million in paperwork to have your own subsidiary label underneath G-Unit, Interscope, Shady Aftermath, Interscope. I've never seen that work.
I'm finna go work out and get my swole on. Man, let us up in this game, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit real. We trying to go legit with.
We already know how the chain got taken, right? We know how the chain got taken. It ain't about how it got taken. It's how it got back, right? Shout out Upper Echelon on the check-in. I missed it, guys. Have to see it now. You want me to play it for you, or are you watching it on your end? Brandon said, what year did the chain get took? Upper Echelon said 2004. Shout out JP. Blessings. Perfect timing. Please take the link and give us an audible. Yeah, let me know if you want to take the link on this. Shout out Kalama on the check-in. Salutes to you. Click that like button. I agree with you, sir. Salutes Kalama. Great battle the other night. Upper Enchiladas is here. He knows the truth. Yeah. You got to come with the info. You got to watch the video. It's only 8 minutes. Maybe he sent a Yo no hablo inglés to go find Buck and flash him the... But I don't think he had to do all of that. 50's a phone call away. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Shit sounds crazy. Shout out 298 on the check-in. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being here. Salutes. So I want to skip all of this. We're going to skip detail. Skip all that shit. We're going to get to... They're going to get the chain back. We went through the Spider-Loke shit. Spider-Loke even came in the comments. We documented all of this. And let it be known, there was shit that I didn't know that went down, which was my point. That everybody's story could be true just from their line of perspective and from their experience. They didn't see what happened next. You know what I mean?
You should ask these people, like, if your chain get took in this neighborhood, who should you go holler at?
So Godfather supposed to be this OG, but it was having a summer jam that summer. Godfather was throwing the concert.
The Duckman just subscribed on YouTube.
Shout out to Duckman for the sub. Appreciate you.
Not one of the promoters. This is his show. When Buck went to the concert to try to get his chain, the Godfather dude told him, stay right here, don't leave. I'm gonna help you get your chain, youngster. And throughout all that, he said he was walking through these dark halls. Every few steps he went, people was there just smoothly stopping one of his securities. You can't go no further. And he said, look, I only got one left. He said, without me knowing, somebody like, all right, homie, you straight. Before the next thing you know it, he was making this round last corner by himself.
So just consider the Godfather a ghost. We don't got to go no further than that. He's a ghost, a powerful ghost. So far we got Young Buck going to the radio station, them telling him, you got to get up with the Godfather. Godfather's promoting the event. Godfather tells him, stick around here. We'll take care of this. As Young Buck goes through the halls of this festival, somehow his security's getting stopped, and he ends up by himself. Then enters JoJo Capone to the story.
Young Buck tell him like, hey, I seen you was on a DVD with Game. You Game home.
JP?
This should be cool. Like, okay, if you got the chain, I seen you. He like, the dude got kind of like embarrassed, like, didn't know he was gonna recognize him. He say, the dude like went, they took a break, got on the phone, and whatever price that he had told him at first, he wanted $20,000 for the chain. He said once he said, Buck say, hold on. He called Game like, hey bro, I'm out in Chicago.
That's what?
The chain, nigga, I seen on your DVD. Oh shit. He said after he talked to Game, the dude came back and wanted first he wanted 20,000, now he want 100.
And you got right for your spinning G-Unit chain in Chicago. I call my JoJo to get it back. He had the shit in his hands and you ain't had a 10 stacks. Picture that. I thought we was G. DJC ran a show that I did.
How did your name get attached with the G-Unit spinner chain in Young Buck? Was it because the chain was lost in Chicago?
Yeah. And I recovered it. So the first battle rap record, which was not the first battle rap record, but the biggest battle rap record at that time.
I heard him say he recovered it. He said the words, I recovered it.
And I recovered it. So the first battle rap record, which was not the first battle rap record, but the biggest battle rap record at that time, which was 300 bars. And you know what I'm saying, of course, Game had my name in it. He said, when you got robbed for your spinning G-Unit in Chicago, I hit my nigga JoJo to get it back. He had it in his hands. You ain't had a 10 stacks. Picture that. Thought we was G-Unit, you know? So that was like a huge record for the industry. Once again, put me in the middle of a feud of Game and 50. So it would kind of like tarnish the relationship that me and 50 had because of that. But I was just doing a good deed. So you see how you can do a good deed and it can backfire on you. You see what I'm saying? So it actually, to be honest, from that point, I was like, I don't care what happened to nobody no more. You know, I don't want to be involved. Don't call me about it or this and that. And of course, I shouldn't have never said that because it seemed like I got called for everything out of that. It's like soon as I said I don't want to be a part of nothing, don't call me for nothing. Man, I turned it to, I think they called me the hip hop mediator. TMZ coined me that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, wow, you know, but whatever. If I can help somebody, like I said, man, I always usually try to do it, you know.
He said the words, I recovered it. That can mean anything. I got access to it. Run whatever the money was, and I got access to this piece. I get it right back to you. It seems he didn't have the money, and it seems like that didn't happen. So I'm still saying that I'm sure JoJo Capone could have got him the chain, but it didn't get there. I haven't heard him say that he put it in 50's hand or sent it there directly or even made the transaction with Buck. From my understanding, from everything that's being said, from the Game song, from all of it, is Buck didn't have the money and people started whispering that maybe JoJo had set him up and stole the chain, made JoJo not go through with it. So I'm not hearing that he got the chain back to G-Unit.
So let me ask you, did Chicago make a point to like disrespect G-Unit by doing this? Because, you know, this is the hard group from New York.
No, it ain't a point of disrespecting. It was just a robbery. It was just a straight up robbery. I see this chain, his diamonds or whatever, and I want it. A robber took it. And then people start saying, oh, JoJo took it so he can get a feature from y'all, because that was the climate. That's what was going on in LA and basically probably Chicago too, that if somebody has some leverage, you see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, we'll do this song with my artist or something, and then I'll give you your shit back or whatever. But that never was my case. I never asked them for no features or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just got the chain back for him and that, you know, gave the shit back, you know?
So now he's saying he got the chain for him and he gave it back. Did you get the chain for him and give it back, or did that whole thing fall apart? Where's the end of the transaction? Did Buck give you what you wanted? Evidently, they weren't going to pay what you wanted. Did it get up to that point and then die on the vine? Again, I'm sure he had the ability and the access to get the chain back. But did the transaction come to a complete close? Did they say, hey, Buck, we want this much money? And Buck said, I hear. And they said, I hear. Did that happen? I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing that shit went sideways. Everything went pear-shaped.
I just got the chain back for him and that, gave the shit back,
Fuck, I was muted all that time? God damn. All right, thanks, y'all. What the fuck I was saying? I was saying the guy with the answers is in the chat. All right, rest in peace, Chucky. All right, I'm muted. Rest in peace, Chucky Chingo. I said the guy with the answers is in the chat. And I said, Buck said there was no money really exchanged for the thing. He vaguely mentioned JoJo in the story. I don't even think he got to that. He said that the Godfather charged him, and he said, I don't want to buy it. He also said that he went to an airport, and Buddy popped up out of nowhere, no hablo inglés, and showed him the chain at the airport and got him on the phone in the bathroom. Okay. If he is insinuating that it was the twins on the phone, twins didn't have to send nobody to no airport. At that time, that was a phone call to New York to figure out 50 Cent. That's nothing. I don't know. Let's see. We ain't hear you for about 50 seconds. Salute, JP. Appreciate you.
You don't want no problems.
Double shot.
How hard was it to actually get the chain back?
It wasn't hard at all. Not for me. I'm in the street. You know what I'm saying? So anything that goes on, what's going on in the street, I had full access to know what was going on.
I think there was a situation with either Young Buck or the game, and they had to get you to get the jewelry back or something like that, right?
Yeah, and that's been viral right now. I think Tony Yayo. Shout out to G Unit. Shout out to.
Nah, we didn't block you. She just gave you a warning shot. You're okay. We're here to protect rats like you, Miguel Sanchez, but that'll be the end of you for right now. We done with you. We moved on to other things, man.
Them, but they've been doing an interview, and Tony Yayo and them, and they've been speaking on some twins from out here, that
Oh, I've heard you talk about that story.
Yeah, that wind up testifying against Chapo, and I don't know if to say they giving them credit for getting the chain back, but if that's what they choose to do, so be. You know what I'm saying? When that incident happened, the chain had a price to it.
Which chain was it? Game or Young Buck?
It was Young Buck.
Yeah, it's a spinning one.
The spinning one. So it was but he gave it to his friend D-Tay to
The question is, don't clap him again. Let him come back. How long did you give him? Just let me know how long you gave him. Let him come back. We're gonna give him the opportunity to learn how to how to move around here. You know what I mean? Go through, or did G Unit ever go through with paying Jojo Capone for the piece, and did Jojo Capone put the piece in their hand? That's the only question that exists.
Well, D-Tay actually took it without Buck acknowledgement.
Yeah.
So see how y'all here now, and if Cannon put on your jewelry and just go outside to 7-Eleven and he get it took.
Okay.
I don't want him to lose his life for it. You know what I'm saying? So give it up. You feel me? So in the process of that, Game called me, told me what just happened, and put my ear to the street.
Yeah. You guys gotta wait for the green light, man. You guys gotta wait for the green light. Because when they be bitching, they don't bitch that y'all timed them out. They bitch that I timed them out, and I will give the green light, but when I'm ready to put them in the fucking bathroom.
Put him in the fucking bathroom, Mike.
I hypothesized that JoJo's part of this story was possible. He acting like he had more juice than us. Yeah, I didn't quite hear this right.
I was able
to put the go through with pain.
When that incident happened, The chain had a price to
Which
it.
chain was it? Game or Young Buck?
It was Young Buck.
Yeah, it's the one. It's a spinning
The
one.
spinning
isn't
one.
it?
So
chain.
it was but you know, he gave it to his friend DT to.
The question is, did Buck ever go through, or did G Unit ever go through with paying Jojo Capone for the piece, and did Jojo Capone put the piece in their hand? That's the only question that exists.
Well, DT actually took it without Buck acknowledgement.
Yeah.
So see
Absolutely.
how y'all here now, and if Cannon put on your jewelry and just go outside to 7-Eleven and he get it took.
Okay.
I don't want him to lose his life for it. You know what I'm saying? So give it up. You feel me? So in the process of that, Game called me, told me what just happened, and put my ear to the street. I was able to do that. But what I don't like is if I know that it was two certain rumors of we took it and now we trying to sell it back.
Okay.
But I didn't never once ask for no record deal. I never once asked for no feature because I knew 50 and them already. So I never asked them for none of that.
50 Cent as well,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I never asked for no feature. I never asked for no record
That's cool. You never asked for those things. What did you ask for, and did you get it?
deal. No, none of that. And was able to get, so then another guy got involved and bought the chain. And then that's how it got to Chapo on board, to the twins.
All right. It's taking a detour here. This is the first time we hear this part of the story.
So that's how it happened. So I got called about the situation. I located it. It was for a fee to give it back. Transaction was made. Bam. You see what I'm saying? So that was that. But
And there it is. Another way that all of these theories can have some semblance of truth to them, or some truth to them. According to this new wrinkle, exactly what I said. He had the access to the chain. He had a price tag for the chain. Buck didn't have that money for the price tag. Somebody put up that money, secured the chain. So basically, the Wolves got the chain from DT. JoJo reached out to get the chain from the Wolves. Young Buck couldn't pay the Wolves' fee or JoJo's fee, so he didn't, or chose not to. Somebody, whether it be the ghost of the Godfather or whoever it was, somebody put down the paper to get that chain from JoJo Capone.
it was for a fee to give it back. Transaction was made. Bam. You see what I'm saying? So that was that. The situation happened and they was able to get it back. Bam. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that happened.
But you guys gotta pay attention. Buck did not say that he paid for it. Buck had financial issues from the jump. He definitely DQ'd himself by saying he bought it. He said he did not buy it. He said he told Godfather, I'm not for buying no shit that got took from me. So in Buck's story, Buck is saying he did not buy the chain.
Happened. So now the interviews about it and all that, like, I was getting so many people adding it in the comments like, JoJo got that chain, JoJo got that chain, JoJo. I don't know why y'all saying these dudes, JoJo got that. But if you notice, I never even commented back to none of them.
Yeah.
You got it back. Nobody was harmed. Nobody was hurt.
He got it back from the Wolves. Somebody paid the fee to get it from him. Could it be the same person that the Flores twins reached out to get the chain back?
50 wasn't taking no phone calls from him because of the whole he was waiting till he saw him in person to speak to him.
I'm gonna skip the Spider Loc, because I mean he already came in here and said I don't know nothing, I ain't know nothing about it. There was things that I didn't know. Hit the like button, y'all.
And the cast we was from Nashville was
Y'all
so.
can check out the video. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that, I'm gonna skim through it though, because we came to that conclusion and we got screenshots.
Close in his circle that when Young Buck got to Atlanta, he had to go straight.
Part of Spider Loc's story of the, and DT went in the room and grabbed the chain off the table and bounced with the chain. At no point did DT wake up Young Buck and tell him, "Can I borrow the chain?" I would have chalked it up to misspeaking if he would have said it once, but this has become a concrete part of Spider Loc's story of the legend.
Back
disrespectfully, just open my. Somebody gonna make you shake. Oh.
And Suge Knight, all of a sudden, you could
game.
You like that, and
Come back and you can thank that Spider Low nigga.
so why did the Godfather all of a sudden, after vetting Spider Loc through Suge Knight, right? Why does the Godfather all of a sudden, all right, Buck, you getting your chain back thanks to Spider Loc? When he told you to wait for him anyway, before the whole JoJo Capone thing, he told you to wait for him anyway. He was gonna get you the chain back anyway. So what changed everything? And what's the connective tissue? How'd you end up on that phone call? Y'all was just putting bullshit in the background. Everybody that Buck was gonna reach out to, y'all was gonna get on the phone and say, my brother got robbed in that situation and I feel like they took the chain from me. Your brother didn't get robbed in that situation. You was lying. That was a lie then, wasn't it? You just said that. And from your own words, the Godfather was already gonna get Buck his chain back anyway. Buck just got out of Chicago before he was able to see him again.
Suge validated it versus hated like a lot of these other niggas do. That's why I salute him on that level, on some real shit.
That's why I doubt the whole story. I don't see Suge doing that. I don't think Suge can motivate anybody to get a G-Unit spinner chain back when Suge hated G-Unit, man. Whatever his relationship with Spider Loc, that's one thing, but Suge hated G-Unit. If Godfather was his homeboy, Suge would have probably tried to get the chain for himself. Suge would have sold that chain to Ja Rule and the Nerve quick. So there's a lot of this that just sounds funny. Maybe true. Maybe. Up to a certain point. I just know that I haven't heard Spider Loc say that he had the chain in his possession. I heard him say that the Godfather said he was going to. It's very possible that all these conversations went down the way they went. Faces. That's all it is a legend.
Definitely.
Well, you don't have to comment on this.
See that they didn't even want to talk about that story.
You know? Yeah, that was crazy.
Are you sure of a Young Buck?
Can't even tell me who put the chain in the man's hand.
Wasn't there a whole situation over Young Buck and his chain?
What, in Chicago back in the day?
It was Chicago, right?
Yeah, that was crazy.
No. I broke it down here. We finally got where he's saying, hey, man, I got it back to, whoever wanted it. Not I got it back to Buck. No, I just got it. I got it in my possession. I got it from the Wolves, I guess. So JoJo knew who had it and didn't get it back to him for 10 years. He said he got the chain back for Young Buck. Just went by the man's own words. I appreciate that clarification. I could have sworn I heard something like he paid and people with no habla español came with the chain. No, he did not pay. Dite even says he grabbed the chain without permission. He did not pay.
Yeah. What happened exactly?
He got caught slipping. You in Chicago with that big ass chain on? I mean, things happen.
Right.
Merry Christmas.
He got the chain back though.
Yeah, that's a long story. Yeah, the chain came back.
I know about this story. Yeah. We'll just leave it alone though.
Yeah, the chain came back. Definitely.
Well, you don't have to comment on this.
See that they didn't even want to talk about that story at this time. He didn't drop no names. On Drink Champ, it was DT got yapped for the chain. Gabi made the call. Now, again, we've heard our prophets say, oh, that was a publicity stunt. The whole chain story was a publicity stunt just to get the twins some street cred, as if pushing tons wasn't enough.
A quick digression on the 50 Cent spinner chain, 50 Cent the master of marketing. It's definitely a total lie that the Flores twins got 50 Cent stolen spinner chain back in Chicago. Just all marketing stuff. I guess I shouldn't be shocked, but mildly disturbing to see even in these real serious criminal things, people have just turned them all into ways to make money, so they just say anything. All lies.
Yeah, so do YouTubers. Fuck are you talking about? Turned it into a way to make money as well, bro. I ain't lying. He made it seem like they made it up for the sake of marketing, right? Well, this right here lets you know that there was a story, but it's a story that he wasn't ready to talk about at that time, right? I believe when they hit the marketing switch is when he opened his mouth and told the story and said the names and said what happened. Once they hit that PR switch, Gates was open to tell the story. Vlad didn't even want to touch on it here.
I remember when the G-Unit spinner where Buck was missing. Buck was in Chicago. Cabrini Greens, all these, he could have got killed trying to politic for that chain back. His man took it out. Man, DT.
Also, 20 mil.
He took it out. He go out to Chicago 2 minutes late. 2 minutes later, take the chain off.
He's saying names in this one.
Buck running around. He's trying to get the chain. I'm like, yo, Buck gonna get smoked. He in Cabrini Greens. He gonna get smoked out there, 50. Yeah, he gonna get smoked, man. Nigga running around the projects in Chicago. Yo, you know who got the chain back? Them El Chapo twin niggas.
Isn't 50 doing it?
Yeah. Them El Chapo twin niggas. Them Spanish niggas. You know how that shit go. Them niggas was like, yo, we didn't know it was them at the time. We just found out like later on. And you know Gabby.
Now here we are. He's dropping names and he's dropping information. And it seems like when he was on Vlad, it wasn't something they really wanted to touch on. But now that 50's doing a podcast with these guys, the cartel ain't off limits to speak about. Why? Because now it's promotion for the show. But it sounds like a connection they didn't want to lean too far into at the beginning, understandably. But this is a different story.
You know Gabby. Yeah, I know. Gabby called, yo, we need the chain back. Call them Spanish niggas. Nobody gets no work in Chicago.
That could be probably a little added extra stank, but from my understanding, there was no need for it. I think something like that is implied. People on the street know that these guys run the pipeline. It'd be in my best interest to make sure that they get what they need so that the pipeline ain't ever interrupted. But I don't think nobody had to say it to him.
It was the Chapo twins. Them niggas.
What's the name?
The Flores twins.
Flores twins.
Nobody getting no work.
Not Kato.
Not Kato. Kato was dead already.
Oh, God bless. That's
DMX man, right?
Yeah, God bless.
It was the Flores twins.
Yeah.
Gabby made the call. Swear to God, that's when I respected Gabby.
Nori injecting other parts of the story he don't even know about. He just did that. He does that. Nori does that.
The chain came back. Gabby made that call. The Flores twins, them niggas had, come on, them niggas work with El Chapo, bro. The Flores, you ain't see 50 shit on Apple?
Yeah.
Bro, them niggas work with El Chapo. The only reason why they told, because they was going to get whacked. They was going to get whacked, bro. They fucking with Sinaloa, Cartel, all them niggas, man.
He saw it as an opportunity to make a relationship, and they gave the piece back. And then they sent it to, was it Gabby? Gabby was working at RC.
Come on, man. I'm sorry. Nobody covered this story like me. They leave me out. They all leave me out. All right? They leave me out. But you know what?
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Shout out Zoraida on the check-in. Hi, Shy. Been MIA, but glad I was able to make it. Salute to you. Thank you for being here today. Let's get it.
Let's go! Get your hands up! 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 Get your hands up!
If you're gonna bring up the man's name, know how to spell it, Miguel. You fucking jerk off. You know, that's what I'm saying. People like you are disingenuous, man. We know what you are. You was a fan a little while ago. I just told you to stop screaming the same shit over and over and over again. You couldn't take that. That hurt you hurt the little pussy inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Your chest. All right? Shout out Zoraida. Upper echelon, don't disappear. We need you. We need to understand. We need you to listen to that 8 minutes. Or you want me to play it for you here? We need to know what you think about what Buck had to say. But I will say, with this video and the videos I had before and after this, nobody covered this chain shit like I did.
Yeah, at the time.
No, JP, let him live. We're going to teach her how to act.
Steve Rifkin and then
that's the exact story that I heard.
Back. And then they sent it to, was it Gabby? Gabby was working at RCA at the time with Steve Rifkin and then
that's the exact story that I heard. Not RCA, SRC, Steve Rifkin Company. 50 misspoke. That's exactly the story I heard. That piece went. That's the first that I've heard of it physically ending up in somebody's hands. Was it being sent to Gabi at SRC, and then Gabi getting it to 50 Cent.
Yeah, they got it back to us, and then from there though, it's the first time that I came in contact with them.
This is a story that I believe happened. From what I can figure myself, to the information I get from people that I talk to the exclusive piece of music that I got, this sounds the most believable. From my understanding, between the person that got them the chain and themselves, whether it had been Godfather or somebody else, there wasn't any pressure involved. It was more of a friendly affair than that. Nobody reached out to the Flores twins and tried to sell them a chain. Flores twins at the time were not only in the dope business, but they were in the music business, as Young Buck was in the music business. And the way Tony Yayo tells it on Drink Champs is that Gabi called. And if you're in the music business, you know who Gabi is. Gabi reached out to the twins and said, yo, they got the G Unit spinner in Chicago. Can you do anything to help us to get that back? Twins said, Of course. Flores Twins reach out to a friend. Could it be the Godfather? Maybe. Could it be somebody else just as influential? Absolutely. And they say, hey man, you heard about this G-Unit spinning chain got jacked out here? He said, yeah. From what I understand, they got somebody in R. Kelly's crew that's gonna middleman the situation and get that G-Unit spinner into the hands of Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. That'll do me some good right there. You can get me that back. Bet. Holla at you in a bit. Boom. Got that for you. Oh, that's what's up. Here you go. Nah, I ain't ask you for nothing. Go on, take that. Simple. None of the extras that we write into it as human beings that are into drama and you know, the simple story is never enough. But from my understanding, it was that simple. Nobody had to starve. No pipelines were shut down for anybody. Just a gesture of good faith between two big timers. After that interaction, the twins had the chain sent directly to SRC to Gabi. Gabi got it to 50 Cent. 50 Cent offered a show of gratitude in the form of payment or some type of favor, and twins declined. A couple days passed. Gabi reached back out, again asking the twins if they'd like something for what they did for their service. And they were like, nah. Gabi was like, come on, man, we wanna reciprocate somehow. So, being that they were in the music business, and Young Buck was a hot commodity at the time, they said, throw me a Young Buck verse. Gabi said, enough said, I'm going to hook you up with Sean Money XL, who was managing Buck at the time, and we're going to make that happen. The twins being smart and recognizing that a verse without a clearance means nothing, let it be known, look, I don't just want no verse. I mean, I need the clearance. I don't want a verse that I can't do nothing with. Evidently, that's the point where Sean Money XL said no problem and charged them $30,000 for the clearance against 50's wishes. Doesn't sound too far-fetched when you understand how Sean Money XL moves, for instance.
Let me tell you something. Can I be honest?
Yeah, please.
Sean Money's the first nigga I seen robbing. Sean Money didn't make Wankster. Another producer made Wankster. The nigga that made Wankster was a nigga from, I don't even remember him. That's how bad he got jerked. Sean Money, 50's in the car, and the producer's calling like, yo, Sean Money saying this is beat. 50 turned around and he like, yo, you ain't even clear the shit yet. Saying this is fucking beat. So I just seen you know, jerk your first. I'm like learning in the game.
But all in all, the verse was delivered and the clearance was delivered. Out of all of these stories that we heard, we haven't seen one picture of anybody holding that chain other than the guys who claimed that they took it. Out of all the stories we hear about this chain, we don't hear nobody say that they got it into the hands of 50 Cent. We don't hear nothing about it from Young Buck. Not one word from Young Buck until now. I believe this shout out to the twin.
Young Buck, my homeboy man. Hey yo, twin, what up? Nigga, this G-Unit hot.
And this shout out to Chicago.
I'm in the club with Chicago thugs, rocking Chicago Cubs. Now that's Chicago love. My chain spinning, nigga.
And the fact that he let it be known on the song that his chain is spinning,
my chain spinning, nigga,
is the connective tissue that tells me the Flores twins are the ones that actually got the chain back to 50 Cent. Not to say that all of the other stories cannot be true. I believe they're true. I believe at some point the Wolves had the chain. I believe at some point Jojo Capone got a hold of the chain. I believe at some point Spider Loc got on the phone and started doing whatever politicking he was trying to do. But at the end of the day, whoever the ghost beneficiary was that paid Jojo Capone for that chain and the Flores twins, that was the final bridge. That was the final part of the transaction. Somebody secured the chain, the twins got the chain from them, and handed it right over to 50 Cent, which started a relationship that, here we are, 20 years later, and 50's executive producing their podcast, their documentary. Story's over. Close the book on the G-Unit spinning chain. I believe we know the truth.
Young Buck, my homeboy man. Hey yo, twin, what up? Nigga, this G-Unit hot. I'm in the club with Chicago thugs, rocking Chicago Cubs. Now that's Chicago love. My chain spinning, nigga.
Listen to me, man. Cut the bullshit. Right? Nobody covered it like that. We got the final piece. The final piece leaves more questions, but we need Upper Echelon's reaction. Upper Echelon, did you or did you not listen to Young Buck's diverse mentality joint? Do you want me to play it right now? All right, shout out JP, shout out Zoraida, Shannon. Miguel said, I'm hurt for calling a snitch. Oh, no, you hurt because I told you to shut the fuck up. I didn't say nothing about the rat shit. See, that's my problem with you. You obsessed, man. Your name should be Ben. Short version, those rappers were scared and broke. The enchiladas said, here's the money, give it back to 50. That's it. Quite possible. You've been saying nothing but rat all night. Here we go with the bullshit. Put him in the bathroom. Nah, let him live for now. I'll put him in the bathroom when I'm ready. This is great content. Best overall explanations. Great job, shot. Salutes. Can't believe anything what a rat says. They will say anything. I've learned that I can't believe rappers. And this is just from my experience, of which I know you have none, because you sound like a child. You know what I'm saying? You're a liar. So I can't trust anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Shout out Jose. Shy looks younger now. Give me a week. I'll be looking like dude you just saw on the thing. Salutes. He said, play it. I'll play it. There's always three sides to a story. I can't believe anything a rat says. But people like you, I put you in the same place as a rat. I can't believe what you say either. People like you that don't hear nothing, they just fucking run their little whore mouths. That's, you know. All right, let's get it. Let's play that video. I'm gonna have to turn this shit up again.
So I never heard you speak.
Upper echelon, pay attention. Let me know if you want the link. If not, give us your reaction in the chat. Here we go. Right? Anybody? And if anybody want to play the game, let me know. We'll play the game after this segment. What time? How long we been here? We've been here 2.5. Let's get it. Here we go, upper echelon. Pay attention. No fucking walking away. I should get him on the phone. No walking away. None of that shit.
Speak on this. So during the Straight Outta Cashville, because I did a documentary on the G-Unit chain situation.
Yeah.
And Spider Loke saw it, and he had his perspective. I put everybody's perspective. D-Tay, Spider Loke, who else spoke on it? JoJo.
Yeah. Shout out to JoJo.
So
Chicago JoJo, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah. Chicago JoJo, right? Like you don't know? Stop it. Thought he was part of the story. You know what I mean? The fuck?
I had like all their perspectives. I was like, man, I can't find anything with Bucks speaking on it. I didn't hear nothing.
I never spoke on it.
Yeah, so I saw a Smack DVD where briefly spoke on it, but it was like nothing like information. So what? Can you speak on your side of what happened? Like how did I know with D-Tay, he ended up getting robbed outside of the club in Cranny Greens.
Facts.
And then after that, where did this change? They're saying the story like you're trying to go through Chicago and meet what's his name, Godfather.
I ended up running into dude for sure.
Yeah, so tell me your side of how things went.
You basically got it in a nutshell. It's like shit happened. People thought I got robbed for the chain. It wasn't me. It was D-Tay, the D-Tay dude, and he basically ran out there, pulled up in front of a spot, and he, I guess, was flashing the chain type thing, and they showed him, oh, all right, come on in, park right here. In front of some club, he got out, supposedly they walked behind him, shot at the ground and took it off his neck type shit. It's a story I was told, but once it happened, he brought this situation back to me. I was in a hotel in Chicago. I was so fucking mad, man. I just said, you know what, go on about your business, man, and I ended up, I think, sending him back to Nashville type shit. And I went to moving through Chicago, like, let me holler at a few individuals that I know, see if they can kind of like, you know what I mean, get any kind of eyes and hands, and because I ain't paying for shit that nobody took from me. I don't believe in that type shit. So it's just like, want to see if I can find out if any kind of respect was there to say, hey, man, that's my shit, you know what I mean? Let me get it back type shit, which led me to JoJo and Godfather, because they was like, yo, you got to holler at this person. When I went to holler at, Godfather and shit, he was like, yo, I know where it said and how it went down, but the dude that wanted, you know what I'm saying, he wanted a piece of change, and I ended up telling him, hey, no, man, I can't pay for nothing nobody took. They was like, all right, bet type shit, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to play hero. I'm on these niggas' turfs. These niggas is bosses. They serious. They gangsters. They really, you know, about they shit too. And I just appreciate a motherfucker at least giving me that much, because had I been a nigga that was about paying for something, I probably could have handed that little piece of change that they wanted for it, and then it would have happened that way. But I didn't. And walked on off, got back in my Sprinter van, and went on about my business. Relayed the news to 50. He like, get up out of there type shit. Had to get up out of there. Once I got out of there, you know, it was one of them situations where I was having to take the loss, because technically it was 50 shit and I had it on. Type.
See, here's the thing. He said, I had to take the loss because 50 shit and I had it on. But did 50 or did 50 not say it was a fake chain? So never at no point 50 told Buck, it's all good. It was a fake chain. You know, the real one is in a safe. Or is that 50 saving face? I don't know. It's just everything ain't adding up. All the stories ain't adding up. All right? Up echelon, you better be paying attention.
So, you know, I was going to wear the responsibility of it, whether I had to pay for the motherfucker or whether I had to, you know, go through whatever. I had it, even though it was taken from a motherfucker that was with me at the time and shit. So, you know, shit went by, weeks went by, you know what I mean? And, you know, I had to pick 50 up one time at the airport, I'll say this much, you know what I mean? Individual walked past me, you know what I'm saying, and flashed me the chain, you know what I mean? They didn't speak no English. You did.
Both 50 Cent and Tony Yayo said, it went through Gabi. It went through SRC. He's saying he's in an airport and a Jono Ablo ran up on him and showed him the chain.
You know, and I was with somebody and shit, you know, that could verify a lot of it. I choose not to say no names and shit, but I'm at the same airport there to pick 50
Hold
up.
Hold on. That's funny. That's a funny statement right there. That's the type of dry snitching shit Miguel Sanchez be doing. He be saying nothing. Look, he said,
I was with somebody and shit, you know, that could verify.
I was with somebody that could verify, but I ain't gonna name no names. Well, then that person can't fucking verify.
Out of that, I choose not to say no names and shit, but I'm at the same airport there to pick 50 up when they decide to say, here you go. You know what I mean? It was a couple weeks later, you know what I mean? And I go in the bathroom, motherfucker have a goddamn phone, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo. And then motherfucker who had it didn't know English, but the person on the phone, they did, you know what I mean?
So a dude with no English had the chain and the phone, and he went in the bathroom and he gave him the phone, and the dude on the phone spoke English.
Man, we love you. You know, we love you. You know, Mexicans love you. And I'm shocked because now I got this chain and 50 about to land, so I'm finna have to tell this man, you know, how I got this chain back type shit. So I'm asking, you know what I'm saying, what should I say? And
shout out Upper Echelon. He said Nelson Gabi's brother who worked with Shady. Yeah, I know Nelson. I met Nelson. But why are we bringing up Nelson? Was it Nelson that moved it around? It wasn't Gabi?
No, we don't care what you say. You can say whatever you choose to say. I'm like, because I want to make sure that...
Listen, but did you or P talk to Young Buck on the phone in the airport bathroom after you sent a Jono Hablo Inglés to go show him the chain in the bathroom somewhere? That's the question.
About the land, so I'm finna have to tell this man, you know, how I got this chain back type shit. So I'm asking, you know what I'm saying, what should I say? And you know, we don't care what you say. You can say whatever you choose to say. I'm like, because I want to make sure that shit didn't happen to somebody and to get this chain back. And they was like, no. And then I'll never forget, you know, just, you know, when How did you get it? Oh, it's simple. Just nothing comes to Chicago until the chain come back. And it came back so fast, you know what I'm saying?
That is crazy.
So when 50 landed, I basically walked up to 50 once he got in his bulletproof and jumped on the other side and was like, here, 50. And he looked at me and said, what you do, man? That was his first words. What you do, man?
Okay, shout out Upper Echelon. It wasn't Gabi, it was his brother, Money Nels. Okay, so it was Nels that ended up getting it and ended up moving. But I'm asking you about this story right here, what you're listening to. Is he alluding to the fact that he's talking to you on the phone? Did you send somebody with the chain to show him at the airport? Yeah, JP.
I can't make this shit up. You know what I mean? Some of my shit be so real, motherfucker be trying to make my shit like it ain't true. Shit, I ain't got time to lie on nobody about nothing. Niggas know my get up. But yeah, the nigga looked at me and said, man, what you do? I said, I ain't did nothing. He said, well, how did I say, man, listen, man, these folks brought this chain back, man, they on the phone, and 50 jumped on the phone, you know what I mean, and motherfucker, whoever he talked to or whatever it is, they just told him, you know what I'm saying, hey, man, you know, we got a lot of love for you, and, you know, the Mexicans, they love Buck and things like that, and he said, well, I want to meet you and see you. They said, fine, you just have to come down here, and that kind of killed the conversation, you dig? And like I say, I ain't no hard-ass individual like that, but I give so much respect because I don't go for no disrespect. They just make this shit look good on this camera.
Bro, I ain't heard nobody say Nels, bro. I heard everybody say Gabi. I don't know what this guy's calling him Nels. He ain't even mentioned Nels. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. What you listening to? You listen to the wrong shit. You high? This motherfucker's high. I did speak to him, but not till after I had spoken to 50 already. No, that's not the sequence he put it in.
I'm a man, but
he put it in that y'all got a hold of him at an airport. Bro, the story is what I said without a doubt. Yeah. That you cooperated and testified, so motherfucking Miguel Sanchez ain't gonna believe you.
Like I say,
I'm just trying to take everybody's bullshit and make something coherent out of it. No mommy's wait. God damn.
Respect nobody, so I don't really go through a lot of
Yeah, shout out Big June. He not paying attention. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Facts. Shout out Adrian Torres. Hit that like button on the way in.
Bullshit, but you know, I'm a protector though. I'm gonna protect my life, you know what I mean, by any means cause, you know what I'm saying, and my children, my family, my loved ones. So, you know, that's how I get out. But that's the story. I never done spoke on this shit. That's the true story. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Nels, you know what I'm saying? But,
oh, okay, there you go. Now he's going to Nels.
And somewhere down there, he may play the part somewhere in the middle of this shit, but that's how that chain came back, you know what I'm saying?
And so that's where he's mistaking Nels, Gabi for Nels.
That's the story. I never done spoke on this shit. That's the true story.
So that means he's listening by himself over there. Miguel Sanchez, who are you? You're a fucking pink M in a circle on a fucking...
Shout out to my guy Nels, you know what I'm saying? But and somewhere down there, he may play the part somewhere in the middle of this shit, but that's how that chain came back, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did my research, and I was like, man, Buck, I can't find nothing on what Buck is saying about this. Everybody's got their side.
You got the biggest viralist goddamn moment it is right there, man. I'm about to cut this shit right now. Live on that virus man.
This shit don't come. It all don't go together. I'm not paying attention. Buck stayed lying. 50 was just good with DT being alive and safe. He got sent home as one of the Mexicans in his chat. We ain't cool with Buck since OGG unit days. Oh no, what he do? wait. You gotta give me the bochinche, JP. You gotta give me the tea. Jonathan had to put a twist in life and break the rules once in a while. Agreed, life is way too short and beautiful not to. Facts. Break all the fucking rules. Alright. So Upper Echelon said this is bullshit story. So you talked to him after he talked to 50? Let's see. Miguel don't got the answers. Diverse Mentality did a great job breaking down Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah, that'll probably be something for the music channel in the future after this one succeeds with the help of Miguel Sanchez and all his obsessed little minions. Your mama's way. Fuck is y'all doing? This is a Save the Rats channel, but why are you here then? Shy, your mother's a rat. How about that? If I'm a rat, your mother's a rat. Your kids are fucking rats. You know what I mean? Your kids are pinkies. Shut the fuck up. Yo, you motherfucking wrenches talking about power and shit. God damn, y'all chill out. Miguel Sanchez, man, you are a fucking clown. You don't see that? I was on your side for a little bit, man. But see, people like you don't know how to talk. You go running your fucking whore mouth. And it's like, then we got to put you in the fucking bathroom. Then you go and lie on other channels and say shit that didn't happen. But it is what it is. We're used to you pieces of shit. But yeah, he's here. You here for the rat. Shit, you love it. Miguel, I bet you ain't got no power nowhere. You got no power nowhere, bro. You probably don't even get listened to in your own home. They be telling you to shut the fuck up. Because all I did was say, bro, you keep repeating yourself the same shit over and over. We heard you, bro. We heard you. But you just stupid. No, there's no tread lightly. This guy been talking shit out. He been the star of the show. He been the star of the show. It's because, he, you know, the guy drives me to drink, so I don't open the fucking wheel. Nobody has to play the game. But if you want to play the game's there to be played. Don't you guys miss the days? Don't you? You got, yeah, you got power. Yeah, Calm Edison. That's the kind of power you got. He got power in real life. What up, Mama Richo? You sound very, sound very much beneath me. You're some kind of child. You have a child's age. If not, you have a child's capacity. I know that. All right? But don't worry, we good. Bar's open. Bar's open. $10 through Power Chat, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. 13 through Super Chat, 3 spins per limit. Do you guys miss the days where you guys were able to have the bar open for 3 minutes? You had an opportunity to buy a brother one drink. You know what I'm saying? And one at a time. You complained about the one at a time. You're like, oh, one at a time? No, you got to be able to. And then when I opened it up, it was like 9 at a time, 5 at a time. You know what I'm saying? Don't you miss those days? If you guys knew how to act, we could get those back. I didn't say you had power. Well, I mean, that ain't got nothing. I'm talking to you. Don't mix the two. I'm talking to you. You handle yours with him. I'm talking to you. No, because he only his power's on right now. He paid his light bill. HG, his power's on. He just likes attention. All right, bar's open. It's not a drill. Look at you, nut hugger. Trying to beg and seeking for attention. No, he just mad because, see, he was just the straw that broke the camel's back. I hear people talking this rat shit every day. They talk about standing tall and all this honor, and half of them never been in a position to have to. You ain't never stood on no honor. You ain't never been in a position to have to. You ain't never had to hold your tongue. You ain't never had to honor a secret. Most of the guys that talk all of that shit, you know, I don't condone a motherfucker. Listen, man, if you sitting around telling people's business and you go tell somebody so-and-so is cheating on you and this and that, you're the same thing to me. That's just a motherfucker with two faces. Or a face that he's showing you and letting you know he has. Betrayal is betrayal. It is what it is. But for y'all motherfuckers to come here and just say the same canned statement, I see right through you. You look like a fucking goofball to me. I see right through you. So, you know. No, you're definitely pathetic. Yeah, but you're in here with no. Imagine that though, Miguel. He got power in the chat, and that's funny to you, right? You got none in this chat. None. Bueno, bicho todavía está aquí. All right, y'all got 2 minutes and 15 seconds. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Oh, Shy, I missed the days when I could buy a beer or a shot. Coño, man. Yeah, right? You missed those days, right? Who took those days? Y'all abused those fucking days, man. Huh? Y'all abused those days. So maybe I have to, go back to the original way. One transaction, 1 3-minute opportunity, and then we move on from there. Not 9 at a time. All right, Miguel, you've gotten boring. You were boring at fucking 7:30. Boring as fuck. We'll just get you the fuck out of here for 24 hours. So Upper Echelon, that's it. That's the story. The story is your story's the real story. Is Buck insinuating that he was on the phone talking to one of the twins in the airport, but the twins send somebody to him that no habla de inglés. Look at Velez. Those was the days, JP. You guys ruined those days. Miguel, but you in here with no power. You got nothing. As funny as it is that he got a little power in here, you in here with nothing, papas. You got nothing. 52 seconds. I'm getting out of this round. Up. All right. We've been here 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Old Soul sent $10 on YouTube. Spin.
I gotta lower this shit because that video was so goddamn low. There we go. Who cares about having a power in the chat? What a dork. But you're one of the 21 people. That's what you're not understanding. You're one of those rats that you complain about. We can tell just by the way you talk. We could tell. Who was it that said this? I can see it in his eyes. What a dork. Never enough evidence.
Jonathan Pantria sent $10. Fuck Miguel the Nut Hugger 1 spin por favor.
Yo, these motherfuckers got in at the wire. He loves it here. He was happy to be here earlier. He was like, man, great channel, dog. Salutes. And then he said rat like 56 times, and I sat here and I went like this, Big June. I went, this shit is exhausting. Yeah, they're rats. And he gave the canned statements. You can never be a man if you do this and do that. And it's like, yeah, I heard all of those before too. And guys that say that, they rat too. So why are we obsessed with it? But he couldn't take that shit. His pussy got flustered and he fell apart. I don't know what the fuck happened to that guy. He's salty. I'm all in his face.
I'm in your bubble. I'm in your bubble.
He's always here. I don't even remember. This motherfucker's new, man. He's a newbie. We get the newbies the fuck out of here, too. We put him in the
fucking bed, you might.
Yo, JP came in on the wire with the spin, and he said, fuck the nut hugger. All right, they came in like a wrecking ball. Let's play Jay Flores' music right here. Where's it at? Where the fuck? I lost it. Did I delete this shit? Nope, right here. That's it. They got their own song. Miguel Sanchez, you want to take the link and go live? You want to go live against Jay Flores and tell him what you think? Let's see how smart you are. Because you told me, I said, I don't have to defend the twins. The twins could defend themselves. And he said, how could a rat defend itself? And I said, well, if he tells you I snitched, I'm a rat, and you call him an asshole, and he defends himself, that's him defending himself. This guy's a fucking dork. You don't get it. But take the link. I'll throw the link out there, Miguel, if you want to go live with Jay Flores and show him how you're a stand-up guy. Huh? So that was what I thought. He said, do it. I said, that's puto way. Now you call me a rat, then I gotta disrespect everything you love. Because you don't know that to be on my jacket. Right? You don't even know me. So don't ever come out your fucking face. Nah, he disappeared. I don't need a rat friend like you, bro. Oh, you don't want to take the link and debate the rat and tell him what you think about him? One of those guys that won't say it to his face. Sorry, 5, please. All right, 5. Got you. All right, also got first dibs. Also said just spin. Let me knock this down. And we just gonna spin. Oh, also hit him in the head. Headshot. He gone. He gone. Don't go. Don't go. This guy's logic is so fucking stupid. Yeah, we got a beer on a hot day. Also with a beer. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for playing the game. You just said everybody's a rat, so I know you're willing to rat. Like you're not even. You gotta be young. You gotta be young. You're not very bright. It just all goes to the same thing over and over and over again, and it's not even clever. Like, and he won't even take the link, so that just proves you'd never say it to nobody's face. Wouldn't say it to mine. Wouldn't say it to his. It's just we can see your character now, and that's crazy that you were able to show that through text. He does have power. He's going to be the one that's going to get you the fuck out of here when I'm ready. Shout out Oso. Salute. All right. JP 1 and 5 shuffles. 5 shuffles. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take a look at his decision here. See, it used to be waters next to each other, but they're gone. Skipper turns ain't next to each other. We good. So let's get it. He'll give him this shit. Oh, another spin. Are you making an adjustment, JP, or are you spinning from right there? What's it going to be? Nah, he did not take the challenge, HG. He did not take the challenge. Yeah, it's definitely a kid. Well, man-child. JP, adjustment, or we spinning in 5 shuffles? Sounds like you're the one with the power, not this Jonathan Pantoja character. No, they clapped you earlier without my consent. I told everybody to stand down. Yeah, this is my platform, but he got more power than you here. You're just a bum. 3, 4, 5. Let's get it. Oh, JP took the L. Thank you for playing the game, sir. Hold that L. Miguel Sanchez, you're going to learn how to communicate with people, though. You will, eventually, when you grow up. You know, when you grow up, you'll figure it out. Shout out Upper Echelon for his first draft response to the Young Buck video. Salutes, have a good night. He just said he wanted to be your friend. How can a powerful man not read correctly? He can't write correctly either. He want to bring up K's name, but he don't know how to spell it. Like, you people are disingenuous. Call it a night. Good night. Boom. Salutes to you, JP. Thank you for playing the game. All right. Maybe there's a consolation prize down the way. Maybe there's some appreciation clap coins or some fucking some free spins for the regulars. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Shout out Big June. All right. Boom. About to crack that beer. See what else we got here. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. We just hanging out doing hood rat stuff with our friends.
With my friend.
We're helping people through their obsessions. Right? Again, I don't believe the part about the guy that don't habla inglés in the airport. I don't believe that part. I believe Buck don't want to really corroborate 50's story, but he don't want to stray too far from it. And again, he did say Nels, who he confused with his brother Gabi. Salutes upper echelon. Right. Good, we ain't dropping no frames. We gravy, baby. Pull up what I'm looking for.
People that
Damn, this one's long. I don't want to go through the whole thing. I want to find something in here.
2018. I mean, if we don't get on this, and we're already not on it, we're going to start to see, and we are, people that are denying the cartels are flooding our borders now. And it's even greater since Justin Trudeau knocked out the visa requirement for Mexico in 2018. I mean, if we don't get on this, and we're already not on it, we're going to start to see, and we already have, machine gun battles in our streets like Mexico.
The opinions of the guests and host are their own and do not represent the opinions of Ironclad, the Border Patrol, or the Department of Homeland Security.
Welcome to Borderland Narcosis, an Ironclad original presented by First Form. Multivitamin pack every day will set you straight, I promise. If you guys are interested, go check out some First Form at firstform.com/Borderland. My next guest is Sam Cooper, a distinguished journalist in Canada. And I'll tell you, some of the stuff that he's broken to the world in the cartel drug space in Canada is incredible. We don't hear about it enough, and I think this is a really important interview for those who have been following, so go check it out. First, for the audience, if you don't mind, would you please give a brief bio of your background and everything up until this point?
Yeah, my name's Sam Cooper, and I grew up in Canada, I think, wanting to be a lawyer or something like that. Somewhere along the line, that wasn't my direction. I was also very competitive in sports, and I found all sides and then giving important information to people. And so as a young reporter in Vancouver, the wars around the world, and so Canadian people kind of like quietly resentful about that. They know they're not as rich or powerful. And yet they held on to this image that Canada was free of crime, or that Canada had upright systems that weren't, vulnerable to corruption. And, as a consequence of that, we have laws that, just to cut to the chase, we don't even have a racketeering law in Canada. essentially, I think now from corruption reasons, that is, there's a
Shit. Miguel, I promise you, even when I clap you the fuck out of here, you still gonna be here. You a fan. You know what I mean? You a fan. They thirsty to hit you in the head with a wrench. You know what I mean? I tried. I even told you multiple times. I'm just using you as an example because you're doing the same thing, and we're okay with opinions here. We just don't like bad attitude. So you fell apart quick and started, talking crazy and shit. Right? That just showed me you a sucker. Rest in peace, Chucky Chingo. Man.
whole legal and political industry.
Now we heard about the Canadian Thanos, who's connected to this guy here and that guy there in Mexico and all the cartel connections, and we went through that whole story. I didn't think it was worthy of putting out an edited video on, but maybe now, with everybody pointing their eyes towards Canada, and Canada being the new buzzword in the cartel buzzword space, maybe it ends up all together. Inside Canada's most violent cartels. Sinaloa and CJ&G's massive Vancouver operation.
That's just, getting rich off allowing money laundering and crime. But, the Canadian public hasn't been pushing for hardcore, anti-crime, anti-money laundering laws like the United States has. So the worst
Shout
threat...
out Rocco. Shout out Borderland. Shout out Ironclad.
Networks in the world. So the Chinese Communist Party, the Mexican cartels, Iranian threat networks, Hezbollah, of course, Italian organized crime. You cracked down on it in New York City with the RICO Act. It came up to Canada. So we're just wide open. And yet the Canadian public, I say, the smart ones are willfully blind to it. We're still benefiting from sky-high real estate prices that aren't supported by real incomes. And too many of the population, as I say, is just completely ignorant to the fact that Mexican cartels, as the more brutal ends, as you know, they're embedded around the world. They're extremely sophisticated. But as I say, they're being used at a higher level by the Chinese Communist Party. And the Chinese Communist Party, their home base for Western Hemisphere is in Canadian cities. That's partly due to our huge, mostly honest diaspora population, but deeply infiltrated by Chinese spies, gangsters that are used by the party.
Man, that's interesting. You can interview multiple people from Canada and they'll all have different views, but most of the investigative journalism experts that I've interviewed that focus on the cartel and drugs, they all say the same. They all say the same, it's a hotbed. But there's still people in Canada who don't believe it. There's still people in Canada there's no way there's fentanyl coming through Canada. It's all through the southern border. And I'm like, look, I don't know the Canadian border very well, but I do know how porous it is and how challenging it is. And for me, if I was the opposition, I would be using the Canadian border.
Well, yeah, you know it as well as anyone. The cartels will kill for border access, and that's why they're terror organizations. That's why they hang, dozens of people off bridges to tell people in certain towns, this is ours, this is our border. Because as you know, and I'm kind of frustrated with it, the Canadians that are denying, think about it, every business person, in the world wants the American market. Why would the cartels be any different? And as you know, the American government has basically got military on the southern border, but for a good 20 years, the cartels have been setting up in a more sophisticated way along the northern border. And our government has just kept our public in the dark. So in a way, you know, I got to think about it this way. You know, I've developed trust over the past 10, 15 years where people at high levels in Canada and the United States will talk to me off the record and say, like, you're really onto it. So you got to help tell people what's going on because your laws need to change. Rest of the Canadian public, 99.99%, don't have the benefit of knowing what I know. So I'm kind of like, you know, people that come from law enforcement. In a way, it's a troubling, it's almost, you know, you've got a public job to do, but that darkness, you've got to chase it down. You got to keep it in your mind, and then you got to spit out the real facts to convince the liars and the ignorant people out there that, yeah, look, people that are denying the cartels are flooding our borders now. And it's even greater since Justin Trudeau knocked out the visa requirement for Mexico in 2018. I mean, if we don't get on this, and we're already not on it, we're going to start to see, and we already have, machine gun battles in our streets like Mexico. And so, yeah, I would say a big part of my job in my life for the past 10 years has been teaching Canadian people that the Chinese Communist Party is using Canada and using us deeply. I've been pretty successful in that. And in the last year or two, I'm showing how the cartel works hand in hand. You know, they are so profitable, and they'll do what the Chinese Communist Party needs them to do. I believe they'll be involved in intelligence gathering for, you know, Iran and China, because it's, and I can back that up in terms of the encryption technology hubs that the Sinaloa cartel set up in Canada, again, as a weak spot, will blow people's mind. That's how deep it goes.
How did let me hit that real quick. I'm curious about that. What do you mean by that? They've created encrypted communication hubs out there in Canada?
Yeah. So I'll try to be really quick on this. I wrote a book in 2021 called Willful Blindness, and it told the story of how RCMP's top intelligence official was selling Five Eyes targeting and operational.
That's how stupid he is. He goes for a second insult, and he uses the same one he used before. No. You gotta, come on, man. You gotta do better than that, man. You gotta do better than that. No mama's way.
No mommy's way. Plans to encryption technology companies set up in Vancouver. So we had like 5 or 6 encryption technology companies using servers, you know, based off of hacked BlackBerry handsets. As you know, BlackBerry, Canadian technology. And to cut to the chase, this dirty Mountie RCMP intelligence official was telling these encryption handset runners in Vancouver that America and Australia mainly was targeting them because Hezbollah was using those sets. Sinaloa Cartel is using those handsets. The Chinese triads are using them. And so this is what I mean when I call Vancouver.
Yeah, this guy's not creative. Fuck it, JP. Get him out. Give him 24, man. Put him in a fucking.
Put him in a fucking bench, Mike.
If he was more creative, I'd let him stick around. But somebody took a light back. It's probably him. Remember, he hit the light twice. He was, I hit the light twice. And I was like, bro, you just said rat 65 times. Yeah, we get it. And then now he's crying. Give him motherfucker 24 for his troubles. He'll be back.
Some of my friends call it a forward operational technology hub used by the triads. Remember what Kash Patel pointed to, Chinese Communist Party, Iran, and the cartels. They're using Vancouver as a weak spot technology base. And Chapo Guzman, you can read this, I'll do more on it, literally had servers set up in Vancouver. This is a big way of how law enforcement eventually got him. They got onto his servers and they started to be able to read their handsets. But I mean, I could go on and on. As I say, I've got a chapter in the book, but literally out of Vancouver, Chapo Guzman's got encryption technology. It's used at the same time by the highest level Hezbollah money launderers in the world. who are also using Canadian banks and using them easily. So this is what I mean. It goes back to your first question. The cartels and the Chinese and Iranian threat networks have used Canadian banks.
Basically, what this guy's saying is what I believe. The entire world is compromised. There is nothing pure left. Everything has been compromised. All of it. Compromised.
Adiós, pendejo.
Because how do you go back once everything's infiltrated? Huh? How do you fix that?
Law offices, real estate.
That guy wasn't creative at all. He was just, shut the fuck up.
State and technology easily. And this is a big reason why, the cartels are set up so strong here now.
That's incredible. And what book was that? So our listeners can go check that out. That one specifically?
Yeah, it's called Willful Blindness, How a Network of Chinese Communist Party Narcos, Agents, and Tycoons Infiltrated the West.
That's the longest fucking name of a book I ever heard in my life.
And at the end of the day, that story told about how something called the Vancouver model of money laundering.
Shout out for B. Singoya. This guy's full of shit. Everything comes down to China. Much respect from Canada. Salute Canada. Everything comes down to China. So you're saying China is the problem. Mexico is not infiltrating Canada.
I'm the one that informed the world about it. It's big it's well known in the States now. This is stories about how the DEA and the RCMP before them figured out that Chinese money brokers, as you know, set up around the world, are collecting the cash for the cartels. They're collecting it for all organized crime. They're storing it in, nail salons, underground casinos, and there's rich Chinese people.
Oh, shit, nail salons, that's racist.
Worldwide that bid on that cash, and move it around the world. And then ultimately, for our part of the story, this is moved back for the cartels. How it works is people in China will buy a bunch of Sinaloa cash in New York. There'll be a shipment of
That's how it feels. But let's say, Papa, Mexico and China are two peas in a pod. It's been feeling that way for a while now. It's been feeling that way.
They fake Nikes from China into Mexico. Those will be sold for the pesos. And that's how, as I say, the Chinese Communist Party has set up this whole system to launder those funds. So I'm the one that first told the world about this story in Willful Blindness 2021.
That's insane. That goes deep. Does this have to do anything with the BC casinos and real estate snowballed into the undercover international network involved? Is that the same kind of thing?
That's absolutely the story. And I got to give you a data point. There was again, I'm the one that broke the story of how the BC casinos were used by these tycoons from China who would travel into Vancouver. They'd take the drug cash loan from the fentanyl from one of these underground bank cash brokerages, and they'd walk into our government casinos with $100,000, $500,000, over $1 million in cash, and launder it in pretty much broad daylight. This is on video. So this is one piece of how that money was being moved from the Chinese fentanyl sales, the cash collected in our North American cities. And then you had the Chinese gamblers coming in as the first leg of laundering that money. So yeah, that's called the Vancouver model of money laundering. And a money laundering inquiry was started in British Columbia, Vancouver, off of my work. And they found, this is court evidence, 1.2 billion in cash was laundered in 1 year through a BC government casino in this Vancouver model. So it was just broad daylight, like I say, worse than Crockett and Tubbs in the 1980s.
For those that don't know, that's a Miami Vice reference, right?
That's all. That's it,
HG. Canada is a laundromat. Salutes to Canada.
we're hearing now, right now on this show, the first time we're hearing this much, I guess, evidence or information about it. We hear bits and pieces, and Katarina's got given us a lot of information, but this is fascinating. Do you happen to know
that Katarina chick?
What the talk is? Sinaloa Cartel, CJG. I know you said El Chapo, so got it. But is the CJG have a presence up there as well, or is there any other cartels that have presence?
Yeah, absolutely. Jalisco New Generation is strong in British Columbia. They're strong in Quebec. They're strong in Ontario. You know, as your colleague recently reported, and I had reported recently, they're extremely strong on First Nations land in Canada, because the First Nations land, especially in Ontario and Quebec, provides essentially a pretty unregulated border between the United States and Canada. There's something like 170 crime groups on the First Nations land that I'm speaking about. And again, this is something that Kash Patel flagged in his interview with Rogan. And, you know, at the top of it in Canada, on the surface would be the Hells Angels and, you know, the high-level biker gangs. But, you know, as I know and have reported, above them will be the cartels. So Knights of Templar are up here. Again, this is on, you know, court level evidence that came out in this money laundering inquiry. It's called the Cullen Commission in British Columbia. People can go into those transcripts. But I believe, you know, and my sources would indicate absolutely the strongest cartels are set up in Canada. They're using proxies, which are the most violent street gangs. They're using, again, First Nations land to send just amazing amounts of, for example, they've got counterfeit cigarette factories set up on the land in Canada. I'll give you a data point. The Mexican government accuses Canada of taking 12% of its legitimate tobacco revenue because Canadian First Nations land is being used by the cartels. And that's just one piece, and a good piece of evidence to show how strongly set up the cartels and the Chinese Communist Party is set up on Canadian borderland.
It's just a question off of that. Like, how is this not being stopped? It just sounds like crazy. There's so much information here, so much proof.
Canada, fuck yeah.
How has the government not been able to put anything in play to kind of slow it down?
I believe this is the righteous sort of frustration of the U.S. government, you know, and I'll say it, there's a lot of Canadians that get mad at what's coming out of Washington now. But look, I'm singing from the same songbook as Washington, because my book in 2021 said, look, Canada needs an anti-racketeering law. It's ridiculous that we don't have one. Canada needs greater foreign interference laws. Canada needs real money laundering laws. We don't have the same tough money laundering laws that you do in the United States. So we can't go after the money. We can't go after the gangs. And I think it's sort of just been allowed to slow roll for a few decades because we haven't to this date had the level of, you know, Mexican machine gun battles or people hunt out openly off bypasses. But my fear is that is starting. Of course it's starting because the cartels are finding little or no resistance. You know, and I'm working on stories with evidence that this is not just ground level borders used by the cartels in Canada. This involves airplanes. This involves trucks. Of course, it involves sophisticated access to our ports, not only Vancouver, but out in Halifax. And look, my book title was Willful Blindness. I believe people at a high level in Canada talking about Canadian governments have been profiting. I believe some of them, just like Mexico, are in on it. Oh. And that's why, look, my book said, change those laws 4 years ago. They haven't done anything, really, nothing.
Hey guys, I want to give a shout out to a company.
Well, he basically put his middle finger up to these motherfuckers.
Trusted for over 11 years. First Form. Only my sole album.
Hold on, man. Let me not even do
10% of your money back. Go check out firstform.com.
Clap my eyes. All right. I can't go no further than that. We got what we got on that. everything took a strange turn. All right, strange turn. Let me see, what is that? 322. Am I out of pocket knowing 99.9% of Bartels and Bartel leaders are rats and PDF files, but feeling Mencho and Menchito are like an exception for the most part? Has yet to be seen. Mencho hasn't been put in a position yet. Some people think he's a ghost. Some people think he's out there. But he hasn't, been put in a position. Menchito has. It was between him and his mama. So who knows? So far, right? So far. We've been here 3.5 hours. I think I want to do like a body cam or like a fucking... Too much information. That's the motherfucking drop that I need. Y'all remember Buddy? Y'all know the video I'm talking about what Buddy called the he called the ambulance and said the dude hurry the fuck up. Salutes, hundreds up to y'all. Broke it. Well, it seems like Menchito his fate is sealed. And he made the decision to not talk, but who knows? Maybe that changes in the future. It has before, hasn't it? Them Rule 35s exist, no? So far, so good. See, that's a win for Miguel Sanchez. So far, so good. Menchito ain't said nothing that we know of. They said he was going to, and then he changed his mind. America, Canada. Your boy's lit. Nice. But I need a body cam or some shit. We'll get back to this Canadian shit another day. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Mencho sounds like the boogeyman according to the twins and how he spoke to the police along with taking down military planes. Menchito was sick and crazy, but held it down for his moms. Indeed, he did. Indeed, he did. Yeah, he sounded like a boogeyman indeed. I mean, look what he did to Pirata de Culiacan. Allegedly. Shout out Raven, 1,000 for you, bro. Thank you for the quality fire content. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Shout out the channel just wouldn't be the same without the extra chair sounds and chair and mouse sound effects. It's it be like that sometimes. You know what I mean? Again, this motherfucker took a lot of ass. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this I saw. I didn't see all of it. I saw parts of Zaya's reaction to that, Shannon, so I'm going to hold off on that car launching off the bridge for a little while and let Zaya's reaction video to that breathe, and then I'll go get into that shit and watch that shit in depth. What do we got here? We got a chase. How false report unalived an officer. How long is this? Shout out Velez.
At We know that vibe coding can be a lot of fun until it's not.
I can authorize it.
It's a good pursuit.
Alright, let's get it. Shannon says there's other body cams there. Oh yeah, this one's long. Let me see what those are. Let's see. Flees from the FBI. Multi-state chase. A car off the bridge. Did the bathroom one. Let's go with the rug dealer flees from the FBI. Let's see how many pendejo ass decisions he made. Let's see how he held it
Central
down.
Wisconsin Narcotics Task.
Let's see how the decision making works for Miguel Sanchez right here. Shout out Shannon, salute.
The FBI's Central Wisconsin Narcotics Task Force began working with law enforcement in Marathon County, Wisconsin, to investigate a suspect for drug trafficking. On January 6, 2023, officers learned the suspect had visited the location of his drug supplier. They then tracked down the suspect, which led to the current vehicle pursuit, where speeds are only getting higher and higher.
Speeds are at 70, possible signals given. He is not stopping at this point.
Wait, what the fuck did they say?
Then tracked down the suspect. Officers learned the suspect had visited the... On January 6, 2023, officers learned the suspect had visited the location of his drug supplier. They then tracked down the suspect, which led to the current vehicle pursuit, where speeds are only getting higher and higher.
Speeds are at 70, possible signals given. He is not stopping at this point. 2098 road traffic.
Was he in a Mini Cooper?
Speeds
A Mini
at
Cooper.
80.
Look like a Mini Cooper.
He's in the right lane. No traffic ahead that I can see. We're 1 mile south of 34, right hand lane, speeds at 105. Hit him if you can.
He is in a Mini Cooper. I was like, yeah, that look like a Mini Cooper. Fucked up. Shout out Miguel Lopez. Gotta pull the move in the Mini Cooper, man. Guess who's still watching now? It's being entertained. It's cool. Be entertained. Don't try to be the entertainment. Mini Cooper on that ass.
Vehicle southbound now.
They could have T-boned them off that bridge, or pit maneuvered them off the bridge. They waited till right after the bridge. Is that the second time? He got away the first time, or they just showing me different body cams?
Put your hands up! Put your hands up now!
Gone. He took off. He said, he Tony Soprano and shit. Yeah, he running through the snow. He said, I could do this. Fuck this Mini Cooper. You was better off running without the Mini Cooper, man. Mini Cooper.
Stop, you're gonna get bit!
Hey, there's dope right there.
Watch him! Watch him! Watch him! Do not move!
Oh shit, he had a passenger. He bailed on the passenger.
We're moving!
Shout out Shannon, Wisconsin, not Illinois like most other. Yeah, Illinois be looking crazy, man. Should be looking like what Charlemagne says. The South Bronx and some parts of Florida. No, all of Florida and some parts of the South Bronx.
You want him to crawl across? Yeah, he's not gonna get out this door. Okay. I need you to keep your hands where I can see him crawl out through the driver's door. Do it now. I didn't do anything.
How much gas? He could have ran from the police all night. He could have ran from their ass all night on one tank. They would have had to pull over. He would have got out of their jurisdiction.
Hands up. Turn around. Walk back towards the sound of my voice. Walk backwards. Lock your hands on your head. Lock your hands on your head. Don't move. Hands on your back. Okay. What did I do? Find your back. What did I do, yo?
244 Sheriff. Both parties 95.
Yeah, have a seat.
What happened? What the f is this all about? Holy shit.
He's ready to talk.
Back over here, bud. Turn around.
He's ready to talk. What happened? What's this?
Cigarette lighters. You on probation? Yeah. You don't know what's going on? Well, you were just involved in a police pursuit, so that's what's going on right now.
Right. Don't matter if they had nothing on you or have everything on you. That pursuit right there, that's it. You shit the bed.
There you go. Everything, when contact in them, went flying out my door. I tried getting out to address them because I saw there's two people in the car. I was like, they're grabbing shit, trying to throw it back in my car.
After taking both suspects to the police department, officers prepared to administer field sobriety testing to the driver.
Okay, Jacob. Put your hands down at your side, okay? Don't move from that position until I tell you to do so. Do you understand that? Okay. I know you're involved in that crash. How are you feeling from the crash? Good. Okay, you didn't bump your head or anything like that? Okay. So for this first test, what I'm going to be doing is checking your eyes. Okay. What I want you to do is follow the tip of my finger with your...
Wait. I thought you had him on something. Now you just giving him a sobriety test? Well, you don't got nothing else?
eyes and your eyes only. Do you understand?
Okay.
He asked for a lighter.
Okay, you can go ahead and relax. So your lips are on the tube. You're blowing up a balloon about 5 seconds or so, okay? Go ahead. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, you can pop the tube off of there. All right, turn around, place your hands behind your back, okay? You're under arrest for OWI as well, okay?
Okay, as well.
Back in here? Back in here, yep.
You can't just get to the jail from here?
Nope, I got some paperwork I gotta go over with you first, and then we'll figure it out here. Shouldn't be too much longer, okay?
The driver is the suspect law enforcement and the FBI were looking for. When he got out of the vehicle and attempted to flee on foot, he threw a bag along the way. Officers recovered the bag, which contained 102 grams of fentanyl. During a post-arrest interview, the suspect admitted he had picked up the bag with the intent to sell it. He also admitted to picking up 70 grams of more fentanyl days prior for the same purpose. When officers searched the suspect, they found a key to a safe. After obtaining...
Now, why did he admit to that if he didn't give up whoever gave it to him? Why would you admit to picking up 70 grams days prior? Bag contained 102 grams of Fetty Wap. During post-arrest interview, suspect admitted to picking up a bag with intent to sell, admitted to picking up 70 grams of Fetty Wap days prior.
A search warrant, law enforcement...
Key to safe found on suspect, law enforcement found safe in suspect's home.
Searched his home and located the safe. Inside, they found a Glock handgun, fentanyl, and methamphetamine. The suspect was charged with possession of over 50 grams of fentanyl with intent to deliver, possession of methamphetamine, and his fourth offense of operating a motor vehicle while under the influence. He was additionally charged with fleeing, eluding an officer, probation violation, and 2 counts of failure to appear to court, one for a felony, the other for a misdemeanor. He pled guilty in U.S. federal court to the charge of possession of a controlled substance with intent to deliver. While he hasn't yet been sentenced, the mandatory minimum penalties are 5 years in federal prison and 4 years of supervised release. The maximum penalties are 40 years in prison, a $5 million fine, a period of supervised release of life, and a $100 special assessment. Reports indicate the passenger that was in the vehicle was arrested on unknown charges.
Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
Keep your hands up.
Hands.
Turn around. Keep your hands up. Don't make any movements. Hold on. Keep your hands up. Hold on, I'll explain. Okay. I'll put him in my car. All right, boss, right there. See that SUV right there?
What's going on?
I'll explain in just a second. Let's get in the back. Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
That looks like a weapon.
I didn't know that was on.
Oh, okay.
You're under arrest for weapons violations, unlawful possession. You're a convicted felon.
That's.
But who the fuck is this dude? Is this connected to the other story or no?
Another weapon.
They moved on, right?
I'm sure it is. You're being audio and video recorded. Not yet.
What's your name?
Radio.
All right, well, there you go.
Glock switch, huh?
Where's the Glock?
It's in the Glock switch is in the plastic bag right there. That just came out of the wing pocket.
Where's the thing that goes with these?
In the bathrooms.
Got the hammers in the bathroom. Mags in his pocket.
Jesus.
Dude, were you saying a Glock switch? So it's
What kind
not
of
to Jeremy,
business
they
is
just
this?
recovered
What
one as
happened?
well.
Makes like a lot of, yeah.
And he left 5 more in his car? Is that what I heard?
When we pulled up, he was standing right outside here. He beelined
Fuck up, man.
as casually as he could inside here. Before we even got out of our car, the
charges.
See your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
Keep your
That
hands
was
up.
the end of that story and the start of this one? Or?
$100 special assessment. Reports indicate the years of supervised release. The maximum penalties are 40 years in prison, a $5 million fine, a period of supervised release of life, and a $100 special assessment. Reports indicate the passenger that was in the vehicle was arrested on unknown charges.
See your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
Keep your hands up.
Hands.
Turn around.
Be a new
Keep your
story.
hands up.
Locked him up, got his gun switches.
Explain in just a second. Let's.
You're a convicted felon.
That's another weapon.
This is shocking too.
I'm sure it is. You're being audio and video recorded. Not yet.
What's your name?
Radio.
All right, well, there you go.
Glock switch, huh?
Where's the Glock?
It's in the Glock switch is in the plastic bag right there. That just came out of the wing pocket.
Where's the thing that goes with these?
In the bathrooms.
Jesus. Dude, were you saying a Glock switch? So I was talking to Jeremy, they just recovered one as well.
Makes like a lot of, yeah.
Did he put that switch on the hammer though?
And he left 5 more in his car? Is that what I heard?
when we pulled up, he was standing right outside here. He beelined.
Why it look like that cop put that switch on there? No, that's not how that works. I don't know how that works.
Casually as he could inside here. Before we even got out of our car, the employee came out and said, "Hey, follow me. He's in the bathroom right now." I was like, "Yeah, this is where he's dumping him." So this is it.
You know who all about the car? Unloaded, huh?
Unloaded.
Is his vehicle still in? Yeah, come here. Come take a look. It's not open or anything, is it?
No, we shut the trunk after.
We'll leave that shut since it is shut.
Okay, but I got a picture I could show you. He had
Perfect.
at least 6. Well, this is his car right here. He had
Okay.
at least 5 or 6 fully loaded, like ARs, shotguns.
Where did this guy? They didn't give me nothing about that.
He dumped in the bathroom. There's like one of them's got like a 30-round drum. It's a Glock auto sear. Makes any Glock automatic.
Bro, that dude got more felonies than a motherfucker right there, boy. He got everything that he shouldn't have.
He was really panicked about us getting in there. So there's one of the ARs you can see fully loaded.
Can you send that to me?
Another one. Yeah.
When he dropped off, like he was very just like, I was like, are you staying waiting in shop, or are you dropping off for a little bit? He goes, no, I'll be here. But then he said, is there any reason why you need to open the trunk? And I was like, I don't know. Is it a hatchback? I'm thinking, you know, maybe we have to lift up the trunk with the glass. And he said, no. And I said, I'm not sure. I'll check with the tech, but I don't think so. So I had Tristan go out there with him and evaluate it.
From the inside out.
Okay.
I mean, it's been there a while, but still, like that really, with his sketchiness and then all that, just, yeah.
Baba, you gotta fix that shit, man. You can't just be rolling around. What the fuck is wrong with these dudes? Rolling around with every weapon in the game, but ain't got no bread to fix the fucking car, or no time, or no patience, or nothing. Look at that. Big ass, what? That's a badge? You walking around with a badge of honor? You looking stupid.
We'll have detectives come out and talk to you. We'll leave it here. Don't open it up. And
okay.
Leave it right there?
Yeah, we're going to end up having to impound it for a search warrant. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So they're sending me pictures right now. The car's in there. I told them to leave it. Don't open it. There's a bullet hole that's going through the passenger front door. Okay. It looks like there's a couple of loaded rifles in the back.
Okay.
And so I told them we're going to end up impounding that and getting the search warrant.
Yeah, we will.
But I'll send you the pictures when I get them.
Okay, perfect.
Where's this guy's car?
It's in the back. There's a bullet hole in the front. But
This is it here?
Yes.
I just sent the other officer a picture, but I mean, there's a fully loaded AR, another one there. There's one hidden back here. There's another one there.
There's clips in the front when I grab the registration.
Right.
You hear the Glock is stolen? I'm sure that is going to be one of many once we get into that trunk.
Brady?
You're fucked.
All right, we're going to step out of the car. Hey.
Brady, lo cagaste.
Yo vivo tranquila con la pena el pecho y la paz.
Yo, had everything. So you should have heard Zaya's response earlier about moving to Chicago. He said, not gonna hold you. Chicago's beautiful, but the violence is crazy, man. Yeah, he don't fuck with the cold. That's what'll do him. He ain't going. But so he'll go to New York. If he want to be cold, you might as well go home. Weapon by a felon. Oh, is that what it said? No, that's not what this one says. Salute. No worries, we're in it. And Brady is fucked. But he's stupid. He didn't do himself no favors. He pulled into an auto glass place, and what? They ratted him out. And then he took everything off of his person and put it in the bathrooms. But his car's full of a bunch of shit. You was just gonna go show everybody that when you went to fix your window, or you thought their job was to mind their business? You sound real stupid. I mean, I don't know the circumstances. They didn't give me no info. I'll let you know.
Hey. He's passed out.
Hey man, quit playing games.
Brady.
Jailer regardless.
Hey. Hey, wake up.
He got the MacGuffin going. His MacGuffin is, I'm gonna pass out. It's report card day, and I'm going to sleep.
Hello. Step out of the car. It's much cooler here. Let me get this off of your ear.
What about my personal belongings?
Yeah, they're coming with us.
We'll get those at 5 Police Department. We get
Go on, step up, please. Watch your knees. Get the light on in a moment.
Shut over there. I don't know, man. He might have been, man. Was he trying to file an insurance claim? He was doing something. Lo cago. What a dork.
Yo vivo tranquila con la pena el pecho y la paz. Cállate, hijo puta.
Thanks, you guys.
Brady Eltz was arrested for this incident for unlawful possession of a machine gun and unlawful possession of firearms. The two firearms found below the sink in the bathroom were 9mm handguns, in which one of them illegally had an auto-sear installed, which allows it to be fired automatically, making it a machine gun. After obtaining a search warrant for Eltz's vehicle, police found 3 additional firearms, including a stolen rifle that had been modified to fire automatically, also making that a machine gun. Police then discovered a bag with 2 improvised explosive devices. One was an explosive simulator, likely stolen from the U.S. Army. Police then found 2 additional rifles, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, latex face masks, body armor, gun sights, holsters, and other firearms accessories. Eltz was also in possession of GPS trackers, several knives, and a voice
This guy was the Lord of War, bro. What the fuck?
changing device. Eltz has prior criminal history related to unlawful firearm possession in 2007 and 2012. He was convicted in 2013 for unlawful possession of firearms and was sentenced to 5 years in prison for that crime. For this more recent incident, he was sentenced to 4 years in prison. This video was obtained after years of searching for a case involving a multi-jurisdictional task force involving the FBI. Obtaining the video involved the work of more than 20 employees and volunteers behind the scenes at Midwest Safety and serves as an exceptionally rare look of FBI actions captured on body cam.
And this man is part of the problem because we know that people are overdosing in America every day because of this stuff. And just 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal depending on a person's body size, tolerance, or past usage. And DEA analysis has found that counterfeit pills ranging from 0.02 to 5.1 milligrams, more than twice the lethal dose of fentanyl per tablet. And this wasn't luck to catch this guy. This was investigative work at its finest. And while most people only see the flashing lights or the foot chase, what they don't see is the weeks of legwork and the officers putting their lives on the line to take even one dealer off the street. Because fentanyl doesn't care where you live, what you believe, or how safe you think your community is. And this isn't just a story about a drug dealer getting caught. It's a warning about how close this crisis is to all of us.
Bro, but I don't know what one story had to do with the other. I don't know what one story had to do with the other, but it is what it is. All right, y'all, we've been here 4 hours. I think that's about right. Straight to jail.
You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail.
IVs. ATF for sure stepping in. Papa, he's Nicolas Cage in the Lord of War. He's the dude that they traded in real life for the basketball player that was smoking weed somewhere. Right? Salute to y'all. We've been here 4 hours. Your boy's gonna get his ass out of here. He didn't have to tell us he had previous hammer cases. He had every hammer case that you can get. Dude got it. Why do people misunderstand me? Huh? Pisses me off. I'm gonna complete my condena as I go through the chat. That's it, straight to jail.
You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail.
I wish jail on no one. I wish the grave for PDF files and chomos. FBI already in there. Yeah, the locals got them. They found the hammers in the toilet with snitches, with switches and everything. Shout out Oso for playing the game. Shout out JP for playing the game. I appreciate you. Salute JP. Salute Shannon. Brother Oso. Jose Amado. Vernon Himes. HG. 298 was in here earlier. Upper Echelon. Miguel Sanchez. Beezy. Shout out Kalama. 298. Big June. Adrian Torres was up in here earlier. Shout out Raven. Salutes. Zoraida. Miguel Lopez. Adrian Torres. JP. Fabrice. Gail Lopez. Shout out Shannon. I figured that kind of reaction. I'm rolling. Buddy was wilding. Shy, he was considering every state as long as it costs under a certain price, and I think he said under 1,800. But people mentioned the snow and cold, so for Chicago, the violence was a deal breaker. Thank you for another great live. Like and subscribe for the great quality content. Road to 100K, 24-hour stream, incredible hoax, and much more. Shout out Il Cartel members. May God bless you. Salute to you, sir. I appreciate you. Your boy gonna chill out. Take the rest of the night off, because fuck this shit. And we'll see what we get into this week. Alright? I'll figure it out. Got some editing to do, and we'll move from there. Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all in the Discord at JP's after party. Ha cumplido mi condena. She's dead. Salutes Velez. Oh, Raven, you said about the Method Man. Method Man is the METH. Don't mess with America. Don't mess with America. It's that Breaking Bad. He probably had water gun cases. Gunpowder, bulletproof vest, hammer locks, hammer mags, hammer shrimp, hammer water, hammer comforter on his bed. Hey, man, his pajamas got hammers on them. He got that hammer tattoo that they put by the waistline and shit. That's funny. Side 100, like the recap receipts replay. Salutes. Thank you for the fire content as usual, as well as your consistent hard work to bring us that content. I appreciate you. Thank you, Zolada. Thank you for being here. I enjoy the rest of your night, Shy. Yeah, man, I'll probably chill out, watch a movie, something. But then what happens is I pick up the phone and I start thinking, okay, what can I do? How can I do this? What can I change here? What's working? What's not working? And then next thing you know, I'm sitting here working. So salutes. But yeah, I feel like I want to catch a flick or something. But y'all have a good night. Again, I'll see y'all in the Discord. We'll talk our shit. We got to do a members only ASAP. So we'll get that popping. Let me see. I wonder. Nope, still doesn't let me give away. Let me see. There we go. What's that? Y'all want to give away some memberships before we go? Hopefully they go to people we know. You know we don't have the control. But whoever stuck around this long that doesn't have a membership, let's see if El Tu will give them a 30-day membership. So I think I'm gonna do that right now. So let's get it.
Are y'all ready to party? Let's go! Get your hands up! 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 Get your hands up!
Oh shit. There we go. There we go. All right. Ricky Bobby. Salutes Ricky Bobby. The homie got one. Vicente got one. Zaza got one. Karen Kira. That's Germany. And Jar R. Alright, I don't recognize Jar R, but I recognize all the others. Salutes to them. And maybe I'll hold the other 5 for the rest of the week. Salutes to the people that played the game. Salutes to JP. Salutes to my brother Oso. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to let these usual suspects ring out. Wow. I appreciate y'all, man. Hundreds up in the chat for y'all. We'll hold that other 5. Give them out on Friday. All right, man. With that said, y'all have a good night. To everybody in the bathroom.
Put him in a fucking bedroom.
Adiós, pendejo.
The rest of y'all have an amazing night. All right? I appreciate y'all. Peace.
But I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend.